The wind and the snow of Rich Stadium. Is the Bills and the New Orleans Saints ready to get it on here? Getting close to a divisional championship, and a win today would go a long way to enhance their chances to do that. But first, they've got to get by a dangerous ball club on a tough afternoon, John Murphy.
That's right, and New Orleans, don't let their record deceive you. They are 6-7, but they have some talented people.
Won the toss, will receive. Good luck, gentlemen.
Bills win the toss, and they have elected to receive the opening kickoff. New Orleans has some talented people. They're starting a new quarterback, John Fourcade, today, the former CFL quarterback from Winnipeg, so he is used to these wintry conditions. It is going to be an important game as far as handling the ball, and footing will be a problem today as well with all the snow in the field. The snow plows, the snow brushes cleaned off the field not, 5 minutes ago, and right now there is a dusting of snow right back on that field, man. It's going to be very slippery footing, and people are going to have to wrap their hands around the ball.
And not easy to read the numbers. Murph, I'm not so sure if I had won the coin toss that I wouldn't have elected to take the wind at my back in that first quarter and force New Orleans to receive. The Bills are going to have to move the ball into the wind against the team that gives up fewer than 80 yards a game on the ground. I don't necessarily like that first decision.
Well, it's a difficult decision. The statistics will show you, and Marv Levy will quote the stats showing that the object is to get one more possession, and the more possessions you have in a game, the stats will show that those teams normally win. But I'm sure it was something that was a considered decision by the Buffalo Bills, knowing that if they won the toss, they would have that decision. They have decided to take the ball to start the game. The wind is kind of funny. If you look up at the American flag up at scoreboard level, it is blowing, the wind is blowing very hard from left to right. We're told the winds will be at 17 miles per hour. Down on the field, it's kind of swirling. You have to figure that's the prevailing direction, however, and the Bills will work against the wind in this first quarter.
Morton Anderson has cleaned off a little green spot out there at the 35-yard line, teed the ball up, and he is ready to kick it downfield to the Bills' waiting men, Don Beebe and Ronnie Harmon. And they'll try to put it into the corner and make Harmon bring it back, and here we go. Anderson left foots it off the tee and sends it down and short, and it bounces over Beebe's head, goes into the end zone, and will be down there, and none too soon. They had a New Orleans pursuer who came in and made a little contact with Beebe, and the Bills get it out at the 20-yard line. Starter hooded parkas, sports parkas, and quarterback hand muffs are now available at the Bills locker room. 6814 Main Street near Transit in Williamsville, and Bills locker room 2, 382 Kenmore at Englewood in Buffalo. The Bills start at their 20-yard line in the snow, and here we go. Jim Kelly will line up right now with just his fullback, Larry Kinnebrew, behind him. He may shift his tailback into the backfield, and now he does. Thurman Thomas moves into the tailback spot. Watch for his number to be called on first down, and here he comes to the left. And New Orleans has him surrounded, and they'll drop him right at the line of scrimmage for no appreciable gain on the play. Running to his left, Toy Cook, the right cornerback, came up to make the tackle.
Matchup right on the first play with outside linebacker Pat Swilling against Bills tight end Pete Metzelaars. They'll be going at it all day long, and Bills ran left that time. Metzelaars threw a good block on Pat Swilling, but it was the outside defensive end James Jumpy Gathers who was able to go over and help out Toy Cook with that tackle.
Swilling has 14.5 sacks on the season. It is 2nd and 10 for the Bills at their 20-yard line. Kelly waits for the snap. He will pass on second down and completes it out. Then it's taken away from the tight end and is intercepted there by number 56, the linebacker, Pat Swilling, the man you're talking about after it went off the hands of Keith McKellar. And the New Orleans Saints get a tremendous break and have the ball down outside the 10-yard line.
Looked like it hit McKellar right in the hands. He took a jolt, and the ball popped loose. McKellar crossing over the middle. He was hit as soon as he caught the ball, and the ball jumped right into Pat Swilling's hands. It was number 53, Johnson, the linebacker, the inside linebacker, who popped him, but the ball was in and out of McKellar's hands in a hurry.
Well, again, I did not like the decision by the Bills to receive in that situation. Of course, they could have moved to a touchdown, but now John Fourcade has a great opportunity, and he gives it to his tailback, coming up the middle and moving the pile down for about 4 yards to about the 6-yard line. It is Dalton Hilliard, who is the leading rusher on this team with 1,059 yards and a 4-yard average. Bentley made the tackle, 2nd and about 6.
You know, it sounds so basic that hanging on to the football would be important in a game like this, but you see what happens on the Bills' first pass play as the ball is in and out of the hands of the tight end Keith McKellar and right into the hands of Pat Swilling, the linebacker.
The up back is Buford Jordan, the fullback, and again they line up with Dalton Hilliard in the tailback spot. He runs off the left and fights his way down to about the 2-yard line. He'll be about a yard short of a first down running to his left. Art Still came up to help out on the tackle. It'll be a 3rd down coming up, and they'll need about a yard and a half or so to get that first down.
Bills come out with 4 down linemen to start this game. Leon Seals was in there on those first few plays with Scott Radisek on the bench. Now they make an adjustment on the 3rd down play.
All right, here come the Saints now. It is 3rd down and call it almost 2. Dalton Hilliard is the lone setback, double tight ends. And here's Fourcade faking the toss, rolling to the right, throws, and it is caught for the touchdown by Tice. The tight end, John Tice, wide open in the right corner of the end zone, a flag on the play. And the touchdown will be disallowed here, apparently. Let's see.
Going to be offensive pass interference against the Saints. A pick run down in the end zone to break open the tight end Tice. He was all alone. Mark Kelso finally was able to close, but there was a pick set down there in the end zone. They screened off the man assigned to cover Tice, the tight end.
Boy, that is a big call for the Bills, Bert.
Interference, number 84, offense, 10 yards, still 3rd down.
That's Eric Martin, their leading wide receiver, who had the flag thrown on him. And the walk-off will bring the ball back to about what appears to be the 12 or 13-yard line. So call it a big 3rd down play here, and about 12 yards to go from the 12-yard line, just outside it. It is snowing here, and very difficult to see exactly where that ball is. Now they line up with Hobie Brenner, the tight end, to the left. John Fourcade, the quarterback, under center. Dalton Hilliard behind him. Motion by the wideout. Here's a pass coming up. Fourcade looking to throw back to the middle, and he's got a man at the goal line, and he's in for the touchdown. It is John Tice. The tight end made the reception for the touchdown on a big 3rd down play. Leonard Smith hit him at the goal line, and it's a touchdown for the Saints.
Right in the middle of the Buffalo defense. Again, the fake handoff to the left, and then Fourcade with half a roll to his right. Coming back against the grain, found the tight end Tice all alone behind the Bills linebackers in front of the secondary, and Tice was in the end zone for the touchdown.
So here is the extra point try now by Morton Anderson. As they clean up a little green spot for him under that snow. There's the put down, and it's a fumbled ball, and Anderson falls on it. It's 6-0. So the extra point is no good. He never had a chance there. He lost his footing when he did try to pick the ball up. The snap and the put down were just impossible.
For all the highlights of today's Bills game, join Ed Kilgore and the Channel 2 sports team for Sports Extra. Get the most complete and comprehensive sports wrap-up on Sports Extra tonight at 11:30 on Channel 2.
It is 6-0 New Orleans, and we'll be back with more of the action after this.
So far, the Saints are playing like the cold weather team. The Bills playing like a dome team as the Bills mishandled the ball. They mishandled the kickoff, really. Beebe had to down the kickoff in the end zone after he let it bounce over his head. And then Jim Kelly was intercepted by Pat Swilling. The ball right off the hands of Keith McKellar, the Bills tight end, who was open. Saints took over on the 12-yard line. They went 12 yards in 3 plays, a minute 24. And the touchdown, a 13-yard pass from John Fourcade to John Tice. At the point after, no good on the bad snap. So it's 12:42 left to play first quarter. Saints leading the Bills 6-0, but they're playing like the team that's used to the cold weather and the bad conditions, man.
And the disconcerting part of it is that had the Bills stopped them on 3rd and long out around the 12.5-yard line, kicking a field goal isn't the easiest thing in the world here either. But
the footing is bad too, and you see the Buffalo
is.
defenders skating around. The defenders will tell you the offense has the advantage with the bad footing because they know where they're going, but the Bills are going to have to adjust now, trailing 6-0. They are almost skating around back there. The footing is so bad.
Well, our spotters, Dr. Ed Gusevich, Dick Dobmeyer, and our statistician, Dr. Bob Werner, will be put to the test. Here's the kickoff. Beebe gathers it in at the 7 to the 10, across the 15, 20, 25, accelerates out to about the 30-yard line, and then goes down. He is tackled by Hayward. Old Ironhead, the Craig Hayward, who is not playing much except on special teams. So the drive start will come out at the 30-yard line.
Interesting, again, going back to the Bills' defense, they came out with 4 down linemen that time and just 3 linebackers. Bennett is inactive for this game, so the Bills made an adjustment expecting a run with 4 down linemen to play against New Orleans.
Here is Jim Kelly blowing on his fingertips and ready for the snap at the Bills' 31-yard line. Again, they shift the tight ends and put Thurman Thomas in the tailback spot. And here is Kelly handing off to Thomas off the left side of the line, and he gets up to about the 35-yard line. He is stopped in there by Wayne Martin, rookie defensive end from Arkansas, so he got about 3 or 4 yards on the play. It'll be a second down coming up, and call it 6 to go. We're early in the first quarter. New Orleans has scored on a touchdown pass to John Tice, the tight end, after the turnover by the Bills. Second down play, ball is spotted at the 35-yard line of Buffalo. Jim Kelly goes under center. Kent Hull ready to snap it back. He's had a bit of a knee problem. Now they shift the tight end around and again move Thurman Thomas into the backfield behind Kelly and put the fullback in motion to the right. Hand it off to Thomas. He slips down and falls and is covered for a loss of about a yard or so. He started out to his right and tried to cut back to his left, but was covered by Pat Swilling for a loss. Loss of 2. It's 3rd down and 8 at the 33-yard line. 6-0 New Orleans. Van Miller with John Murphy, our executive producer Dave May, and our producer John the Pearl DeMurle. Big 3rd down play here, Murph.
And the Bills now in the shotgun formation. You wonder what can be done out of a passing formation on a field like this. The footing is poor as it is.
Here is Kelly. He will keep Thurman Thomas in the backfield with him. Waiting for his snap, and it looked like New Orleans was offside. Kelly may get a free throw and completes it out here to the 40-yard line to Andre Reed, and he runs out of bounds for a first down up at the 43-yard line in front of Swilling again. Now let's see what the call is, whether the play will go, and I assume that it will.
Offside, number 56, defense, decline.
Swilling was offside. It's a first down for the Bills.
Andre Reed on his basic crossing pattern over the middle. He seemed to have the footing down as he crossed in front of the linebackers. The Saints will send Swilling on all those passing downs, so when Reed can get downfield 7 or 8 yards like that, there'll be an area, just a little bit of an area vacated, and that's where Swilling normally would drop into pass coverage, but he is a legitimate pass rusher and a strong pass rusher. That's the way they'll use him.
The snow has let up somewhat here at Rich Stadium, and we have some brighter sky off to the west. It is first down and 10 Bills at the 43-yard line. And here is Kelly giving off to Thomas, and he finds a hole up the middle and comes out to the 49-yard line. And again, Swilling, the linebacker, was in there to help out on that tackle, as he picked up about 5 yards on the quick opener out to the 49-yard line of the Bills. Second down and 5. As they spotted at the 49-yard line, the Bills come to the line of scrimmage trailing 6-0 with 10:30 to play in the first quarter. Kelly waiting for the snap, has his tight end to the right on the formation. Here's a quick pass, and it is incomplete. He tried to throw it to James Lofton, who fell down at the 44-yard line in the left flat, and Toy Cook, the right corner, slipped a little too. Had he been able to get to the ball, there was no one between him and the goal line.
Well, the timing patterns like that one, just a timing play. Kelly, 2-step drop, 2 steps off the line of scrimmage for James Lofton. And those might not work today because you don't know if the receiver's going to be where you expect him to be with the footing as bad as it is.
They bring in 2 extra defensive backs, Milton Mack and Brett Maxey. In their dime coverage, Kelly will shotgun. They may run off it here on 3rd and 5. And here's Kelly. He's going to throw. And he fires out here. It's good to Thomas down the sidelines to the 40. And he runs out of bounds at the 36-yard line of New Orleans. Dave Waymer ran him out of bounds, the free safety. It's another Bills first down in New Orleans territory.
13-yard pass to Thurman Thomas, and the inside linebacker, Vaughn Johnson, the man assigned to coverage, he was just way too slow coming out and trying to cover Thurman Thomas. He was yards behind him as Thomas came out of the backfield. And again, when they send the outside linebacker on that side Swilling, the inside backer has to come over, but Vaughn Johnson just was nowhere near Thurman Thomas.
If Kelly can get the ball to his receivers, Murph, they should should do well. It's tough to cover today. Here's a run by Thomas off the left side, and he plunges down to about the 31 or 2-yard line. Vaughn Johnson, the right inside linebacker, was in on the tackle.
Bills have already converted on their first 2 third-down attempts in this game. They were just 1 of 11 on third downs last week. They weren't making plays at all last Monday against Seattle.
Bills may already be in 4-down territory, Murph, given the weather conditions today, down at the 32-yard line. Kelly comes under center. It is 2nd down and 7. Outside the 32-yard line of the New Orleans Saints. And here is Kelly giving to Thurman Thomas off the left side. Breaks the tackle, but he will go down at about the 30-yard line. The 29 call it. Jim Wilkes, the nose tackle, was there to greet him. And the Bills will have a 3rd down coming up and about 3 yards to go, 3 to 4 yards. Let's see where they spot it down. Call it the 29. Call it 3 yards to go.
Most of the Buffalo runs so far have come to the left side, the right side of the New Orleans Saints defensive line, and they know that Swilling is coming from that side and almost taking himself out of the running plays, and they're working on James Geathers and Wayne Martin, the defensive ends on that side of the field. They think they can get a good matchup with Wolford against them.
Here's a run possibility, Murph, because they may get 2 shots at it from here. Let's see what Kelly does on 3rd down and 3. He will throw again. Looking, he has time, and now he scrambles out, and his ball is knocked away, and New Orleans recovered. It was knocked away from behind, and the Saints recover it out at about the 32 or 3-yard line. It was knocked away by Ricky Jackson, and James Geathers, the right end, fell on the ball.
Kelly should have done something with the ball. He's looking downfield, not knowing, of course, if Ricky Jackson was behind him, but the worst possible situation is to give it up, and that's what Jim Kelly did. Made a big mistake there, not getting rid of the ball, at least throwing it out of bounds, and as you said, Van, they'd have another chance on 4th down to do something.
Stay tuned till the end of the game when we announce today's Tums Neutralizer of the game, the outstanding defensive player of the day. Brought to you by Tums EX, the extra strength acid neutralizer. Make that extra strength acid neutralizer. We'll be back with more action on the Buffalo Bills Football Network. WBEN Buffalo. Waiting for the snap. They put Dalton Hilliard in motion. Run Buford Jordan, the fullback, and they hit him. Bentley got him, and he fell forward for about a yard or so. Still and Bentley, they were tugging away at the ball there, Murph.
Brand new defensive look for the Bills. We haven't seen it all season long. 4th down lineman Leon Seals moves out to play defensive end with Smurless and still playing inside, and 3 linebackers with Bentley on the inside, Conlon on the outside with Darryl Talley on the other side of the field. And it's interesting when they line up, Conlon almost does line up again as an inside linebacker. So it's almost as if the Bills are without an outside backer on the left side of their defense.
2nd and 9 for New Orleans at their 34. John Fourcade with a snap. Hands off to Hilliard, and he breaks 1 tackle, but they've got him, and they're going to run him down for the loss. Seals finished him off after Bentley slowed him up. Dalton Hilliard went nowhere there. He went for no gain, maybe a half a yard loss.
2 great plays back-to-back by Ray Bentley on the inside of that Buffalo defense, and apparently the Bills defense is going to have to win the ball game because the offense has turned it over twice in their first 2 possessions. A very bad play by Kelly on that fumble. He should have thrown it away. He didn't, and the Bills cost themselves a chance to put some sort of points on the board in their last possession.
7:35 to play, the clock running first quarter, 6-0 New Orleans. They have a 3rd and 9 at their 34-yard line. In the shotgun, John Fourcade waiting for the snap, has 4 wide receivers in the game. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, has time, throws, and it is caught out at midfield. And falling forward is Brett Perryman for a 1st down for New Orleans. He falls to the Bills side of the midfield stripe.
What a great catch by Brett Perryman. He's got to have those tacky gloves on there because he was in a lot of traffic. Fourcade fired a pretty good pass, and Perryman brought it down. Boy, he really did do a good job of catching that ball. It could not have been an easy catch to make.
Boy, another big 3rd down play. That is twice they have done it. They did it on 3rd and almost 13 for a touchdown after being penalized, and now they do it again. The 3rd down pass. Here we go, Fourcade with double tight ends. He'll run Dalton Hilliard, and Hilliard fumbles the ball, and I believe the Bills may have it. The Bills have it, I believe. Let's see now which way they're going to point it.
Bentley had it. Fumble forced by Still. Freddie Smurless stood up, the running back, and Art Still reached in there and went for the ball. They're going to say New Orleans ball. Boy, I thought for sure Ray Bentley had it.
A whistle apparently had blown, Murph, because I believe Fourcade might have gotten in on it. and they apparently then they blew the whistle. Hilliard was hit, and it came free, and Fourcade was on the ball, and they must have blown the whistle. Bentley arm wrestled him for it.
Well, I thought Bentley had it.
Yep.
And, you know, the referee was standing right there, and he saw that loose ball on the ground. I thought for sure Ray Bentley had it, and the replay we just watched bears that out.
They lose 4 on the play, 2nd and 14. And here is Fourcade to pass. And he throws to the short man, Hilliard, at midfield, down to the 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. He is in for the touchdown. Dalton Hilliard has shocked this crowd at Rich Stadium with a brilliant touchdown run after getting the ball from John Fourcade.
Broken play, goes 54 yards. Missed tackles from Leonard Smith and Nate Odoms. Roll to the right by Fourcade, looks back to the left against the grain, completes the pass to Hilliard, who puts a move on Leonard Smith. He just waved at him. Nate Odoms looked like he had him lined up, and he ran right by Nate Odoms into the end zone, 54 yards.
He got one good block on his way. Leonard Smith and Nate Odoms just could not get to him. All right, here is Morton Anderson to try to make it 13-0. The Bills have been stunned here in the first 9 minutes of this game, and the kick on the way, and it is good. And New Orleans leads Buffalo 13-0. Don't miss Sidey's premiere of Nap Time for Derby with Ray Bentley and Mike Hamby, Friday, December 15th, between 6 and 8 p.m. at Sidey's Department Store, Thruway Exit 59 off Route 90 in Dunkirk. Your All-America Tom Sidey will be waiting for you. We'll be back with more action on the Buffalo Bills Football Network.
With a home equity line of credit, you only pay interest on the money you use, not on your entire credit line. WBEN can help you learn helpful information like this at Empire of America's free home equity line of credit seminar. Other seminars discuss home buying, saving for education, and renting versus owning. For more information, stop at your nearest branch or call Smartline 845-7100 from 9 to 9. All seminars brought to you as a public service by Empire of America, an equal opportunity lender, and WBEN.
When it comes to getting your car repaired, the world can seem awfully uncivilized. But in the middle of this jungle, there's a clearing. It's the lifetime service guarantee from participating Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers. Once you pay for a covered repair, it's guaranteed in writing with free parts and labor for as long as you own your car or light truck. Only Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers have it. It's America's best car repair guarantee. Ask your dealer for a copy of the lifetime service guarantee. It's
13-0, the Saints lead the Bills. A 54-yard touchdown pass from John Fourcade to Dalton Hilliard. Roll to his right, and he found Hilliard back against the grain on the left side. Hilliard broke tackles from Leonard Smith and Nate Odoms. A 67-yard drive, 2 minutes, 46 seconds. It took just 5 plays to score. It's 13-0.
Here's the kickoff by Morton Anderson, high and very, very short. Beebe runs under it and picks it up at the 20, gets to the 25, gets a block, tries to get outside, and then is taken down on a high tackle between the 20 and 30-yard line by Robert Massey.
And the Saints have hit some big plays offensively, misdirection plays, and they're catching the Bills flat-footed on this slippery surface. The Bills pursue to one side, the Saints go back to the other side, and that's why Hilliard was open, because everybody was rolling, moving to their left on the Bills defense, and then Hilliard just escaped some tackles. Should have been dropped by Leonard Smith, should have been dropped by Nate Odoms. He went 56 yards for the 54 yards for the touchdown.
Bills get a drive started about the 23 or 4. Here's a run by Thurman Thomas off the left side of the line. He doesn't get much. He got out to maybe the 28-yard line, so call it a gain of 4. Or maybe 3. It'll be second down, about 7 or 6 to go.
And really, again, the Saints look like the cold weather, foul weather team so far in this game. It's been a very poor performance by the Bills, slipping and sliding around both offensively and defensively, not hanging on to the ball on offense, and unsure of their footing on defense. But they have to overcome that now, and they have to overcome a 13-point deficit.
They set the ball at the 28-yard line. They moved it back about a half a yard. Kelly on second down and a long 6. And here's a running play by Thomas off the left side again, and he is going to be stopped shy of the 35-yard line. James Gethers makes the tackle on him. He'll be a little bit short of a first down.
Again, after 3, it's 3rd and 1.
Be third down and a yard or so to go. The Bills are going with their extra tight ends now, bringing in Keith McKellar and Butch Roll, taking out James Lofton, taking out Andre Reed. 4:43 to go, the clock running, second quarter. Bills have turned it over twice, and the Saints have scored 2 touchdowns as a result. It is now third down and about a yard for the Bills, up around the 34-yard line. Kelly with his backs lined up in the eye, and he goes to the tailback, and Thurman Thomas cracks in there, and I don't know whether he got it or not. We'll have to unpile and see. He had to get out to the 35-yard line. I don't know whether he made it. Sam Mills, the left inside backer, met him straight up.
We'll bring the sticks
They want
out
to
take a
measure.
look.
Well, the skies have brightened perceptibly. We have a small plane hauling a sign behind. Bills are down 13-0 in the first quarter, and they're bringing the chains in. Kelly fumbled the ball, was not aware of pursuit behind him. It was wrested away, and they set it down and measure it, and how about it?
They just barely have it, don't they?
I don't know. I don't think they have it.
they're
They're short, Murph. They're short. They're going to send in their punting unit. Yep. And John Kidd, who was punting about 25 yards into the wind, will kick it away to Morse.
Well, this is going to be a supreme test, not only for the Bills players, but for the coaching staff, now trailing 13-0. The offensive staff is going to have to find something that they can do, and first and foremost, the Bills have to play smart and hang on to the football. They can't have bonehead plays like Jim Kelly rolling out and letting the guy come up and strip him from behind, and Keith McKellar and all the tight ends are going to have to hang on to the football when the ball's thrown to them. But the coaching staff is going to have to find a way out of this 13-0 hole the rest of the way.
Bobby Morse waiting back at the 27-yard line of the Saints, and John Kidd. Boy, he has a tough job today, along with Adam Lingner, the long snapper, to fire that ball back 15 yards off that snowy, icy turf is not an easy job, and it's slippery down there. Waiting for the snap is Kidd. And he gets a good snap and gets a short punt away into the wind, and Bobby Morse is going to let it roll, and it will roll down around the 20-yard line and will be covered right there at the 20. Chris Hale was down there overseeing that bouncing ball, so a pretty good result into the wind by that John Kidd punt. Takes it down to the New Orleans 20. 13-0 the Saints. Van Miller with John Murphy, and we'll be back with more of the action after this.
13-0, New Orleans leading the Bills. 3 minutes, 51 seconds left in the first quarter. New Orleans Saints have scored on both of their first quarter possessions, both coming after Buffalo turnovers. That was a 46-yard punt by John Kidd, and the New Orleans drive start their own 20-yard line.
Bills need to force a turnover here. Of course, we're still in the first quarter. This game has a long, long way to go. And right now, it does not appear to be snowing. Sometimes difficult to tell from our booth, but it looks like it has just about stopped. And here come the Saints first down at their 20-yard line, and you can bet Dalton Hilliard's going to see a lot of that ball after that 54-yard run. He'd see a lot of it anyway. And here he comes again to the right, cutting back, and he breaks a tackle and is hauled down at the 21-yard line. But I'll tell you, Pike and Talley in there along with Radisek.
New defensive tackles in the game for Buffalo now with Mark Pike and Jeff Wright in the middle. Seals has moved to the outside along with Bruce Smith, and a 4-3 alignment the Bills have come out with today. I know they want to get playing time for Wright and Pike band, but I thought Fred Sperles played well last week, and I thought he helped cause that fumble a little bit earlier on.
Both wideouts to the right. Fourcade will run his tailback Hilliard again, and they've got him again, but boy, he fights out close to the 25-yard line. Pike again in on the tackle. He was the first hitter out there around the 25. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Yet the last two plays, Mark Pike has come up with good plays, too, and he has virtually thrown his blocker to the ground and been the first man with the initial hit on Dalton Hilliard. So Mark Pike has come up with a couple of big plays.
They start the clock up now. It has 3:03 left in the first quarter. They take Tice out of the game. They'll use 4 wide receivers in the game. They made a big third down pass play in their touchdown drive that set up the run by Hilliard. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and 5. They've been a good third down team, that's for sure. 2 big third down plays that led to touchdown. And here's a pass coming up. Fourcade throw, almost intercepted by Kirby Jackson out at the 34-yard line, but he couldn't hold it, intended for Hayward.
That ball, almost a situation. You never can assume an interception, but Kirby Jackson should have had that ball. He should have come up with the interception there. It would have been a big turnover. Fourcade threw it right to him. They had over and under coverage on him. The Bills in their base defense, and Fourcade threw it right at Kirby Jackson. He should have came up with a pickoff.
All right, here's the punter in now, Tommy Barnhart, standing back at the 10-yard line. Mickey Sutton is the deep man, waiting inside the 40.
Saints are short a man. Finally get their 11th man on the field.
Barnhart waiting. Back around the 10 for this snap. There's the snap. It's a good one. And the kick's away. A wobbly kick off the side of his foot, but it takes a bounce, and Mickey Sutton picks it up right at the sideline and is going to be swarmed down there. Looked like Bobby Morris got down on the play again. Let's see. Colbrand was down there. Not a bad punt with the
Flags back at the line of scrimmage.
Hold on, let's see what the flag is. It's tough to see the flags out there, Murph.
Can you see yard markers? I don't know. I can't. You can barely see the yard lines out there.
Not easy. Bills.
Procedure call against New Orleans.
Well, they'll take this penalty. Make them kick it again. Following today's play-by-play broadcast of the Bills and the Saints, you'll want to stay by your radio for the Buffalo Bills postgame show with Kevin Keenan to find out which play was the Gold Dome play of the game. For my money, it's Gold Dome.
Well, Saints were all fouled up on that play. As we said, they only had 10 men on the field to start. They rushed a man onto the field, Atkins, right before the punt, and they get caught in an illegal formation. But the Bills are going to take the ball, man.
Well, maybe with a win. That surprises me a little bit. I think I would have made them make them try to punt it again, because they're going to have it inside their 30-yard line, down around the 29-yard line.
About a 46-yard punt that time for Tommy Barnhart.
So the Bills get a drive start at the almost the 30-yard line. Call it the 29. Very close to that 30-yard line. 13-0, the Saints lead. This is Van Miller with John Murphy. Our executive producer, Dave May. Here we come. And they have the tight end Metzlar set up to the left of the formation and line up with the wingback, Thurman Thomas. And here's a running play, and Kennebrew comes up the middle and across the 30-yard line out to about the 32-yard line.
Bill's trying to spread out the Saints
or maybe
defense.
to the 36-yard line. Let's see.
Trying to spread that Saints defense across the field, come out of their ace formation, and hand it off to Kennebrew, going off right guard that time. Kennebrew a little slow off the mark, and you would expect that, I would think, in the slow footing like this. But there was a big hole there that he just did not hit. The timing wasn't perfect on that play. 6-yard pickup.
Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4. Call it the 36.5-yard line. Here is Kelly. Handing off to Thomas, running left, and he's out to the 40-yard line and appears to be a little bit short of a first down. About a half a yard short or so. Pat Swilling again in on that tackle. We're down to 1:42 remaining in this first quarter, and the clock is stopped for some reason here. They've no need for a measurement.
No, they're short.
They are definitely short at the 40-yard line.
Good backside pursuit that time by the linebacker, Pat Swilling. Kennebrew fired out, took care of the inside linebacker, Vaughn Johnson, but Swilling, who had run around the play at first, came from behind with a quick burst of speed and hauled down Thomas about a half a yard short of the first.
Now the Bills will line up with 3 tight ends. Everybody inside. 3rd and about a yard. Here's Kelly. Strong right in the formation, and they go that way, and Kennebrew falls forward. I don't know whether he got it or not. They had stopped him up behind the line, but he appears to have the first down. He did get the first down. Troy Cook couldn't hold him. For a moment, they had him stopped, Murph.
Yeah, that was it looked pretty difficult because Jim Wilkes, the nose tackle, knifed right past Kent Hull and slowed up Kennebrew in the backfield, but he kept moving forward and was able to fall forward for the first down. Kent Hull let Wilkes get underneath him a little bit, and Wilkes tripped up Kennebrew behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's 1st down and 10, Bills at their 42-yard line. Clock running with 1:06 to play first quarter. Waiting for the snap. Kelly may throw on 1st down here. No, he hands off to his fullback again, and he plunges forward for a few yards. It's out to about the 45-yard line.
Saints in there grabbing for the ball. Dave Waymer, jumping gathers, they're all in there grabbing for the ball once Kennebrew was stopped in there. And again, hanging on to the ball is priority number 1. The Bills have already coughed it up twice.
They left Harmon out, or not Harmon, but Herman Thomas out on the wing that time. We're probably going to get about one more play in this quarter unless there's an incomplete pass or some other reason to stop the clock. We are down to 25 seconds in the quarter. 13-0 Saints. Bills have it 2nd and 6 out at their 46-yard line. Kelly goes under center. Has the ball, drops back to pass. Throws and completes it to the tight end, Metzlars, for a first down, and he is down to the Saints' 42-yard line. Sam Mills, the left inside backer, made the tackle on him as the quarter ends. Bills trail 13-0, but they are on the move. James Lofton made the reception behind Toy Cook, the cornerback, and the Bills have scored, and they trail 13-6. A huge play, 42 yards, and the touchdown to Lofton.
Single coverage to James Lofton. The Bills saw it last week from Seattle, but Kelly couldn't deliver. This time, Kelly unloads on a short drop. Lofton got past Toy Cook and made a great catch of a ball thrown perfectly by Jim Kelly. The Bills on the scoreboard.
Now John Kidd wants the crowd to quiet down so that he can concentrate on getting this ball down for the extra point try by Scott Norwood, who is doing a little snow sweeping out there and trying to wipe off a patch of green. At halftime, they will sweep this field clean of snow, and unless we get another burst, we should play this on a green field in the second half, although it's snowy right now out there.
The umpire, Ron Botchin, is conversing right now with Dick Jorgensen, the referee. What could it be? A replay, maybe, from George Slackey? The only thing would be whether or not Lofton had possession in the end zone. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Well, he caught the ball only a couple yards in, Murph.
Well, they reviewed it, and they call it a touchdown. James Lofton, I guess, where his knee went down and sort of slid into the end zone, but he made it into the end zone.
Looks like he caught it just outside the goal line. Here's the extra point try now. Lingner will snap it. Kidd will put it down. And Norwood will try to kick it through. The ball is back. A high snap, but he gets it down. It's partially blocked and no good. That's the first one Norwood has missed in eons. 13-6. New Orleans lead is now 7. Well, Heidi's Tuxedos is your store for a picture-perfect wedding. Heidi's Tuxedos, for the latest in after-6 formal wear, has 4 locations to serve your wedding requirements. South Buffalo, Williamsville, Kenmore, and Hamburg. Heidi's Tuxedos. Van Miller with John Murphy. We'll be back with more of the action after this.
13-6, New Orleans leads Buffalo. A 42-yard touchdown pass from Jim Kelly to James Lofton on the first play of the second quarter. Lofton beats the single coverage from Toy Cook in a well-thrown ball by Kelly. 70-yard drive, 6 plays, took 2.5 minutes off the clock. The point after no good, a high snap from Adam Lingner. Kidd had a problem bringing it down, and then it was eventually blocked by the linebacker Walter Johnson. So Scott Norwood's streak of 118 consecutive point afters is ended. The Bills trail it 13-6, kicking off now to New Orleans.
Rod Harris is deep along with Gene Atkins and Bobby Morse. And here is Norwood to kick with the wind at his back, and the Bills trailing by 7. And the kickoff is on the way and sailing downfield and taken at the 17, returned to the 20, up to the 25, and tackled out around the 32-yard line by Matt Munger is Bobby Morse. That tackle made at the 32-yard line where the New Orleans Saints get their 4th drive start. It is not snowing at Rich Stadium. It was 26 degrees when we kicked off here today. And we're in the second quarter, just 14 seconds in. And here is John Fourcade lining up now with Buford Jordan in the fullback spot. And Hilliard off on his right wing. Now Hilliard comes in motion. And Fourcade rolling out to right, looks back to the left, throws. He's got a man wide open, Martin. Martin at the 45, at the Bills 40, at the Bills 35, and all the way down to the 33, maybe the 34-yard line where Nate Odom's tackled him. Eric Martin, he has 5 touchdowns and 50 receptions coming into the game.
Again, a misdirection to the left that time. The fake handoff to the left. Fourcade looking that way. The Bills linebackers and secondary men bite that way. And then Eric Martin runs down and in, and he's all alone in the middle of the field, breaks a tackle from Mark Kelso, and picks up pretty good yardage on the first play from New Orleans.
Saints have it first down at the Bills' 34 on a huge pass play.
35 yards.
John Fourcade. He will put Jordan in motion, wait for the snap, and give to Dalton Hilliard on the right. He turns the corner and is run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Jackson and Leonard Smith over there. So they will set the ball down just inside the 30. At the 29-yard line, it'll be second down and 6 to go. So the Saints, he and Hobie Brenner are in the game. It's second and 6 at the 29. Motion by Martin. And here's Fourcade to throw. And he lets it go to the short man, Hilliard. And Hilliard is going to be snowed down at about the 27-yard line. Kirby Jackson hit him, and it was Shane Conlon finishing him off. Radisek over there also. That'll be short of a first down by 3 yards out at the 27-yard line. Field goals will be an adventure today, and our only scores have come via the touchdown, and only one extra point has been converted. That by New Orleans. They lead 13-6. Here's a big 3rd and 3 play from the 27-yard line of the Bills. And they motion the wideout, and rolling right, Fourcade looking back to throw to the left. Can't find anybody. Now he's going to run, and he's got the first down, and he's all the way down to about the 12-yard line for the first down. Leon Seals and Leonard Smith finally brought him down. Well, there's the scrambler who played in the Canadian League at Winnipeg. He can run on the snow, and the Saints have a first down deep in Buffalo territory at about the 12.5-yard line.
He scrambles for 13 yards in the first down, and a good decision by John Fourcade. At one point, he had Dalton Hilliard alone out on the left flat, and he might have been able to pick up the first down, but Fourcade, knowing that hanging on to the football is important today, hung on to it, runs for 13 yards up the middle in the first down.
Watch for Hilliard now on 1st and 10 at the 13. Here he comes, cutting back. And they've got him. They're trying to take the ball away from him. Leon Seals was trying to hand wrestle the ball away, and there's no gain on that play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Dalton Hilliard, who has caught 44 passes and has rushed for 1,059 yards coming into the game, and had a big run after the pass reception here of 54 yards. They take Lonzel Hill out of the game and bring in the 2 tight ends. And remember, Tice is a good receiver. And they'll line up with Brett Perryman wide to the right side. And Eric Martin is out there, too. Just one setback. Watch for the pass on 2nd and 10 at the Bills' 13. Fourcade waiting. And he's going to throw. Looking back to the left. They're after him. And he runs away from him and now throws. And it's deflected, incomplete in the end zone. Oh, it was Perryman down there, and he had a chance to grab that ball. And it looks like Mark Pike is down and getting up slowly over there. Jackson and Kelso were defending. It's so hard, Murph, you know, for these defensive linemen to change direction and get a shot at the quarterback.
Mark Pike very slow to his feet, and the Bills may have to substitute. Now he does finally make it to his feet. A good play-action fake by Fourcade, and then he rolled to his right, and give credit to Kirby Jackson, who stayed in coverage on Brett Perryman, as I believe the Saints were looking Perryman's way down in the corner of the end zone. Once the play had broken down a bit, Perryman crossed over the middle, and Fourcade tried to rifle it in there.
Well, Perryman had to reach back for that ball, or he might have held it. In the shotgun, 3rd and 10 at the Bills' 13, and now a timeout is taken by quarterback John Fourcade. With 11:31 to play in the first half, it is 13-6 New Orleans. Bills fans, it's a Bocce Pizza timeout. Time to head to the phone to order a delicious Bocce Pizza. Any way you slice it, it's Bocce's, Buffalo's best pizza. We'll be back with more action on the Buffalo Bills Football Network.
Sports Radio 930 WBEN.
Important play coming up here. The Saints leading the Bills 13-6. New Orleans has it 3rd and 10 on the Buffalo 13-yard line. And the Bills with a different-looking dime package in their van as Tim Cofield comes into play on this 3rd down. He is a pass rusher. Let's see if he can get to Fourcade on this one.
Shotgun, 4 wide receivers, 3rd down and 10 at the Bills' 13-yard line. The Saints in a big 3rd down play. They've converted a couple today. And here is John Fourcade waiting for the snap. He has it. He's going to run up the middle on a quarterback draw, and they've got him at the line of scrimmage. I think that was a designed quarterback draw, Murph.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the play call from New Orleans standpoint. Bills with good pressure. Cofield coming from the side. Bruce Smith coming from the side. And Bruce Smith did a good job of smelling out that quarterback draw and was right there to stop Fourcade trying to run up the middle.
Field goal try coming up by Morton Anderson. And this will be, I would guess, about a 32-yarder on the try by Morton Anderson. And here we go. Morton Anderson, left-footed kicker. Fourcade will spot it at the 22-yard line, or almost the 22. There's the put down, and the kick on the way, long enough, high enough, and good enough. So the Saints have scored, and a flag is down.
I think someone either jumped early or was drawn offsides because the right side of the Bills' defensive line was in early.
Fourcade is pointing toward the Bills, so they'll tack it on to the kickoff here.
I think the Saints will probably decline. I think it's going to be like an offside against Buffalo, but let's wait and hear.
Offside, number 76, defense, decline.
All right, that will not be tacked on, that penalty. It's not a dead ball foul, so it is now 16-6 in favor of New Orleans. 10:42 to play in the second quarter. We'll be back with more action on the Buffalo Bills Football Network.
WBEN Buffalo.
New Orleans leading Buffalo 16-6, 32-yard field goal by Morton Anderson, 54-yard drive. Took 4 minutes, 4 seconds. The key play is the 35-yard pass to Eric Martin on the first play as he turned inside, and the Buffalo secondary caught going the wrong way again. Martin got 35 yards on that play. Also a third down play, a 13-yard scramble by John Fourcade. 16-6, Saints lead the Bills.
Here's the kickoff by Anderson. It is high, held up by the wind, and it is taken by Beebe at the 25, 30, and out to the 37-yard line. Beebe, boy, that's a tough ball to catch today. He is hit by Jordan and by Hayward. And the Bills get a pretty good drive start here at the 37-yard line, trailing 16-6. They scored the last time they had the ball on a 42-yard Jim Kelly to James Lofton pass. And now they activate the offense at the 37 with 10:34 to play in the second quarter. Kelly moves his wideouts to the right and takes Thurman Thomas out of the backfield as a wing left. He has only Kennebrew in behind him. And a pass coming up by Kelly. And he throws, and it is incomplete. He had Keith McKellar open at the New Orleans 42, but led him too much. He was open on the play.
That ball just floated out of Jim Kelly's hands. He really didn't throw that one well at all. Jim Kelly not able to find Keith McKellar downfield. Flag down on the play, though. Let's see what this is all about. I think, man, we're talking during the break. I think you're right. The Bills are going to come out throwing now. Let's hear about the penalty.
Holding, number 56, defense, 5 yards, automatic first down.
That's Swilling gets called for holding. But the way what the Saints on offense have shown the Bills is that you can throw on this field because the offense has the advantage. They make their cuts. The defense has to stop and react, and reaction time is slowed considerably on this slippery field. The Saints have demonstrated that they can throw the ball, and the Bills obviously have to feel they can throw the ball against this porous pass defense.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line of the Bills. And Kelly with a running play to Kennebrew, and Brew moves the pile up almost 5 yards across the 45 out to about the 47-yard line. Sam Mills, the linebacker, made the tackle on the play. We're going to pause 5 seconds for station identification.
Listen for Buffalo Sabres hockey tonight on WBEN Buffalo.
Ten minutes and 5 seconds left in the first half. The underdog Saints are leading the Bills by 10. And the Bills have it 2nd and 5 at their 47-yard line. Same formation with only Kennebrew in behind Kelly. The wideouts to the left and a pass coming up. Kelly throws, and it is complete to Reed. Reed at midfield down to the 45 and stopped at the 44-yard line of the Saints for a first down by Robert Massey, the left cornerback. It's another Bills first down.
8-yard pass to Andre Reed, the Bills' all-time leading receiver now after his performance last week. Trying to guard him was Swilling at the line of scrimmage as the Saints linebackers dropped back into a deep zone, and Reed cut in front of that zone and got enough for the first.
They take Metzlars out of the game. So let's see, McKellar is back in there as the tight end. Clock running with 9:15 to play in the second quarter. The Bills working with a wind advantage, moving toward the tunnel end of Cold Rich Stadium in this second quarter. 1st and 10 at the New Orleans 44. And Kelly to play action, throw again, and he's got the tight end, McKellar, and he makes a leaping grab at the 30 and slides down to about the 28-yard line for another Bills first down in front of Vaughn Johnson, the linebacker.
He got behind Vaughn Johnson. There's a mismatch there, and the Bills have gone to McKellar a few times in this game. 28-yard line. That's a 16-yard pass to Keith McKellar. Right behind McKellar, about 4 or 5 yards, was Andre Reed, but Kelly was on target with his pass, and McKellar hauled that one in. A nice catch by McKellar.
Boy, it is a wind tunnel now, and the snow's starting to come in here. Kelly blowing on his hands every play, goes up under center Ken Hull, takes the snap, and runs his fullback Kennebrew, and Brew will move the stack down inside the 25-yard line to the 24-yard line, about 5 yards on the carry. James Gathers, the right end, made the tackle. Oh, it's starting to snow a little bit now.
Looks like lake effect. Looks like lake effect snow now.
Yeah, there you go.
Go anywhere in western New York, and rest assured, wherever you go, the weather is worse at Rich Stadium.
Boy, it is bad out here now. And that snow is just blowing in. Not really hard, but swirling and cold. It is 2nd down and 6 at the 24-yard line of the Saints. Bills down by 10. Here's Kelly to pass. Looking, he throws, crossing pattern, incomplete to Andre Reed. They're going to rule it incomplete. The ball was jarred loose on the crossing pattern. Brett Maxey was over there. And it'll be 3rd down coming up.
Bills still have that matchup they like, though, on that play with Vaughn Johnson, an inside linebacker, trying to cover Keith McKellar. That time, McKellar had him down in the end zone, had him beat, too, and Kelly didn't fire that way. But Saints may get in trouble if they continue to assign Johnson on Keith McKellar. They might have to go into a zone defense to prevent that.
It is 3rd down and 6 at the Saints' 24-yard line. Boy, that flag is really flapping up there in the breeze on the west rim of this stadium. Kelly in the shotgun on 3rd and 6. At the 24, the Bills down by 10. Need a score here. Kelly has the ball, cocks the arm, throws, underthrows by about 8 or 9 yards. His intended receiver, Flip Johnson, on the play. And now it'll be 4th down. They're going to send in the field goal unit. And boy, there is nothing easy about this today. You're talking about, well, maybe a 40-yard field goal with a win, but, well, going to be longer
41,
than 40.
42
almost. Yards.
It's a long one. The wind at his back, but the wind is unpredictable, and the snow has just let up a second ago. First things first, though, they got to get the snap back there.
That's right. They failed on the extra point try. This is a big, big try for the Bills. They're down by 10 points, 7:34 to play. Lingner ready to snap it back. Kidd wants to put it down. He does. It's on the way, long enough, end over end, and it's good. A beauty. And that's a big, big field goal by the Bills. They trail now by just 7 points with 7.5 to play in the second quarter. 16-9 the score. The Gold Dome play of the game is brought to you by Gold Dome. For my money, it's Gold Dome. We'll have that for you in the Buffalo Bills postgame show immediately following today's play-by-play.
Well, Scott Norwood had a leg to spare on that 42-yard field goal, and it's a funny game. You know, you see the weather conditions at kickoff, and you figure low-scoring game, but it's not going to be that way, apparently, because the defense has a problem reacting to the passing game on the slippery track, and there have been points put on the board now, 16-9, the Bills trailing the New Orleans Saints.
Just as quickly as the snow came, it has abated again. We want to say hello to Art Chahowski, listening at Buffalo General Hospital, our #1 Bills fan, and wires from Bernie Spinelli, Bob Shanks, Bobby Mysek, and Lenny Pim. We thank them all. Art's lovely daughter helping us in the booth here today, Art Chakowski. Incidentally, Murph, Hank Andrzejewski, one of the members of the Chain Crew, is going to retire at the end of the season. They call him Little Hank, and he's been holding one of the markers for 29 years for the Bills. He's attended every one of the Bills' home games since they came here. He's the former principal of JFK High School, lives out in Cheektowaga with his lovely wife, Lucille, a great guy and a great friend of our spotter, Ed Gusevich. And we thank Jimmy Hunter for passing that information along.
Hank can finally let go of that marker, yard marker, after 29 years.
He's going to take it home and hide it in the closet. Let's hope he has a couple more games to hold it for here at Rich Stadium. Ready for the kickoff now by Scott Norwood. As this game warms up on a cold day. Going to be held for him. And here's the kick sailing downfield with the wind. And it is taken down at the 5-yard line. Return to the 10, to the 15. Across the 20. And down around the 25-yard line goes Gene Atkins.
Bailey down there in the tackle, and Bailey's made a couple of nice special teams plays for Buffalo the last few times down. Gets down there in a hurry and really wraps up the people when he gets an angle on him, a tackling angle.
Well, let's see where they have put it down there, out there on that snowy tundra. Well, it's across the 25, so we'll make it the 26-yard line. Between the 26 and 27. First down and 10 Saints, 7:19 to play. John Fourcade. Bills have the corner linebacker up. And here's Hilliard being stopped in the backfield by Bruce Smith for a loss on the play. Dalton Hilliard was caught in the backfield.
Kevin Haberdink never got off the line of scrimmage. Bruce Smith with his incredible quickness up against the rookie, Kevin Haberdink, and that time he just ran right around Kevin Haberdink, never got a block on him, and Bruce Smith was right there to make the stop.
4-yard loss, 2nd and 14, ball at the 22-yard line of the Saints. They lead 16-9. 6:52 to play. Mo may be switching around here. They line up the backs in the eye. Buford Jordan, the up back, the fullback, and Dalton Hilliard, the tailback. And here's a play-action pass, and Bruce Smith with a sack. Oh, did he steam in there and make the sack down at about the 12-yard line as he got around Haberdink again, Murph, the rookie from Western Michigan.
Wow. And, you know, up until now, Haberdink has pretty much had one-man responsibility on Bruce Smith. That may change in a hurry. They may shift Jim Dombrowski down to help out Kevin Haberdink, who did a pretty good job through the first quarter on covering Bruce Smith. Not the last two plays. Bruce Smith is alive and well.
It is 3rd down and 22. And the ball is back at about the 14-yard line of the Saints. They're in the shotgun. 3 wideouts to the left in this formation. Fourcade waiting. There's a high snap. He drops the ball. He picks it up, rolls out to the right. Cofield after him, throws downfield. A man is there, and it is, how are they going to rule it? It is caught by the Saints at the 45-yard line. A miraculous play by Perryman to catch that ball. What a throw by Fourcade. Cofield in hot pursuit couldn't get to him. What a throw to Perryman.
He outfought Mark Kelso for the ball out at the 45-yard line. A great catch by Perryman. John Fourcade dribbled it off the carpet, rolling to his right. Timmy Cofield is within feet of nailing Fourcade, and he completes the pass all the way downfield to Perryman. Wow.
Boy, what a great throw, Murph. Yeah. I have to say, that's one of the greatest throws I've ever seen. In this weather, to throw into the wind and to make that completion, amazing. Absolutely amazing. 1st and 10. And we've got a timeout here. 5:23 to play. Boy, have they made some big 3rd down plays in this game. Well, unbelievable.
Fourcade is beginning to have, we have to think there's some kind of magic going on here with John Fourcade. He is 6 of 8 for 162 yards passing, 2 of them for touchdowns. And as you said, that last play was just incredible. The pass completion to Perryman to escape the pass rush from Timmy Cofield. Bruce Smith also coming hard from his defensive end position. He just kind of put it up for grabs, and Perryman made a great play to outfight Mark Kelso for the ball. By all rights, Bill should have had themselves, at the very least, an incompletion, perhaps an interception, the way that ball was just tossed up there.
New Orleans has been a superb 3rd down team today. They hit the 3rd down pass for the touchdown, 3rd and 13. They hit the big 3rd down pass to keep the drive alive on their 2nd touchdown drive. And now, after Bruce Smith had taken matters into his own hands and got the crowd fired up, Fourcade just as quickly takes them out of it, completing a 3rd and 22 play down to the Bills' 45, and here we go. 16-9, the Saints lead. Snow is stopped up again.
Bills' pass defense, their weakness so far in this game, and obviously the footing is bad, but the Bills have to be a little bit more aggressive in their pursuit. They have to really go after those people, those wide receivers downfield, because they are able to break loose, and they've hit some very big plays against the Bills secondary.
Bills are in their tractor defense. They got to get the tractor off the field. They can't start play. He's down in the west end zone and is sweeping down there, and the teams are ready to play. The only green that has been swept clean is the 10 yards that the Saints are headed toward at the west end. That's green.
Yeah, it's pretty good defense, really. If you keep that tractor down there in the goal line, you know.
4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe more than that. Line them up. The John Deere defense.
Well, we're ready to go. 1st and 10, New Orleans at their 40 or at the 45-yard line of the Bills. They lead 16-9, and John Fourcade, who started 3 games in the strike season, making his first legitimate NFL start. And here's a running play. Hilliard is slowed up, but breaks a tackle from Art Still and fights his way down to about the 37-yard line before he's shoved out of bounds. And now we got some pushing and shoving going on over on the New Orleans side of the field. That was a nice run by Fourcade. Boy, he doesn't give up, I'll tell you that. Leonard Smith finally got him out of bounds over there.
Well, the Bills have been a poor tackling defense in the last 3 or 4 weeks, man. We saw it at Seattle last week. We, in particular, saw it against New England a few weeks ago, and they've missed some tackles, looking very bad doing so today. That's just basic football, just basic defense, and the Bills have forgotten how to tackle in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Kirby Jackson finally slowed him up, and Leonard Smith put him out of bounds, but after an 8-yard gain. And the Saints have it at the Bills' 37, 2nd and 2. Fourcade will run the tailback Hilliard again, and this time he fights down for what should be, or very close to, a first down, maybe inside the 30. It's going to be a first down at the 34-yard line. Art Still and friends were there, but not in time to stop the first down run. 4:15, clock running. 16-9, Saints leading. Van Miller with John Murphy, executive producer Dave May, and our producer John the Pearl DeMerle. And Murph will have Bob Ferguson, the Bills' assistant general manager and director of pro personnel, as his halftime guest. A very interesting and knowledgeable football man. 1st and 10 at the Bills' 34. Fourcade will pass. And they block Bruce Smith out of the play. Here's a completion to Hilliard, and he's down at the 35-yard line. Talley hit it. Boy, Bruce Smith was really blocked, and he was sailing down the field behind the quarterback up toward midfield on that play.
Saints have used that play a lot now. Fourcade dropping back, a fake pitch to the left side to Hilliard. He rolls to his right. Fourcade looks downfield and then throws back across the grain. That will work. Everybody's feet are slipping and sliding towards their left on the Buffalo defense. The play goes back to their right, and it takes a second or two to recover.
It is 2nd down and 11. Almost 12 at the 36-yard line of the Bills. Call it 2nd and 12. Fourcade ready to throw, and he fires it right in there, and it is complete to Eric Martin, and he's got a first down inside the 20-yard line. Kirby Jackson made the tackle, a quick look-in pattern, and Martin, their leading receiver, made the grab and ran to the 18-yard line. First down, New Orleans.
Inside slant pattern.
They have double tight ends in the game, Hobie Brenner and John Tice. They have Dalton Hilliard in the tailback spot. 1st and 10. Here's a run by Hilliard to the right. He's trying to turn the corner, and he runs out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Maybe the 16. See where they're going to put it down. He got a couple of yards on the play, not much more. They had a first down inside the 19-yard line. They'll set it down at the 17-yard line.
Gain of 2 yards for Dalton Hilliard. He has 23 yards on 13 carries so far in this game. 3 pass receptions for 55 yards.
The Bills will be in San Francisco playing at Candlestick Park next Sunday afternoon. They're in a war here today. 2nd and 8. New Orleans at the Bills' 17-yard line. New Orleans leading by 7, 16-9. Fourcade puts Martin, his wide out, in motion, drops back and throws under pressure, incomplete. Boy, Shane Conlon got through and nailed Fourcade, and Fourcade is complaining to the official, but it will be to no avail.
One of the first times that the Bills have sent one of their linebackers, the inside linebacker Shane Conlon, shooting up through the middle that time, in a good situation to do it down there on the goal line. An injured New Orleans Saint, Hobie Brenner, the tight end, makes his way over to the Saints bench.
Looked like he hurt his shoulder or his upper arm. Hobie Brenner's their starting tight end. They have a third one, Greg Scales. But they are using Tice in the game right now. No, Scales has come in. Scales and Tice are in. Here's a 3rd and 8 play from the Bills' 17. Bills line up. They're going to blitz. And they've got Fourcade for a sack. And it is Shane Conlon again at the 23-yard line. Almost the 24. The sack by Shane Conlon.
Good defensive call by the Bills. Conlon blitzing on the last 2 plays, shot through there untouched, and he was able to trip up Fourcade. Inexperienced quarterback Fourcade might not recognize that blitz. Whether or not he sees it coming or not, someone has to block him, and no one got a hand on Conlon.
Morton Anderson is doing his snow sweeping out at the 31-yard line. So it's going to be a 41-yard try as they work down toward the 2-minute warning here. And there it is. We have the 2-minute warning with New Orleans up 16-9 and ready to try a field goal. And we'll be back with more of the action after this.
For good advice on how to keep your drive alive, visit any Napa Auto Parts store. Napa stocks 125,000 parts at all times. 21,000 parts for imports, thousands of tools. So chances are, Napa's got what you want when you need it. So, every Napa brand part is backed by the Napa National Warranty Program for the right part the first time. Look for the big yellow and blue Napa Automotive Team. They're the good guys who'll keep your drive alive. Napa.
Another sports history mystery from Marine Midland. Ready? Over the years, soccer has become the world's most played sport. True or false? That should keep you thinking, so I'll just sit here and talk quietly about Marine's easy-to-get home equity loans. You can get them with fixed rates, and your interest may be tax-deductible. What more could you want? Oh, the answer. Well, soccer is the most watched game in the world, but basketball is played by more people in more countries. 130 countries to be exact. Who would have known? Marine Midland Bank. Let's work it out together. Equal housing lender.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you know it doesn't pay all the costs for hospital or medical care. Now, GHI is offering Medicare Supplement Insurance, which fills in some of the gaps in Medicare. No medical examination is required. There are terms and conditions which apply to this coverage, so call GHI for full details today. Ask for GHI's Open Enrollment Medicare Supplement Insurance. In Syracuse, call 315-432-0826.
Voice of the Sabres, WBEN.
41-yard field goal attempt coming up from Morton Anderson. The Saints lead it 16-9. The 2-minute warning in the first half.
John Fourcade will spot the ball at the 31-yard line. The left-footed kicker, Morton Anderson, ready to try it here. 16-9 New Orleans. Waiting for the snap, crowd roaring. There's the put down. The kick is up, and it is going to be well short and wide to the right. I don't know if they got a hand on it, but it was way wide to the right. It's very blustery down there. I don't know. It wasn't even close.
No, I don't think anybody hit it either. It was just a miss by Morton Anderson, a 41-yard miss. He just didn't get much of that ball. Let's take a look at the Molson Golden NFL scoreboard games in the first quarter. Steelers lead the Jets 7-0. The Bengals lead Seattle 7-zip. Philadelphia leading Dallas by a score of 14-0. The Lions lead the Bears 14-3. The Vikings lead Atlanta 17-10. Kansas City 7, Green Bay 0, and the Chargers lead the Redskins 7-0.
Here it is 16-9. The Saints over the Bills. 1:56 to play in the first half. The Bills have all of their timeouts, and they go right to the shotgun here, and will try to pass it downfield with Jim Kelly at the control. They drop off in the secondary into zone. Here's to Thurman Thomas at the 25, at the 30, and he's out fighting just short of a first down at about the 33-yard line. The clock runs. Bills have all 3 timeouts remaining, and they're not going to take one now. They'll go without a huddle, but they will take one after this play. You can be sure if the clock is still running when the play is over. 1:30 left. Here's Kelly to throw. And he's got the short man, and it is caught by Thurman Thomas again. First down at the 43. Now they take a timeout, and they stop the clock with 1:20 remaining in the first half. America's #1 minivan in sales and customer satisfaction is at Sheridan Chrysler Plymouth. With front-wheel drive for winter handling, oh, the skiers love them, and so will you. It is Plymouth Voyager for 1990, now at Sheridan Chrysler Plymouth.
Bill's Booster Club will hold a Christmas party this Tuesday, December 12th at 6:30 in the Victorian Courtyard of the Ramada Renaissance Hotel. The Outstanding Player Awards presentation to members of the Bills will take place in March or April at a Booster Club meeting. For information or tickets to the Bills Booster Club Christmas party, call 741-3780 or 826-6762. And a last play, saw Don Beebe lined up across from Milton Mack, a nickel back, dime back for the New Orleans Saints, and I'm not sure. Now, the Saints are going to drop back and play a little zone here and have one safety covering the middle of the field, but let's see if Kelly might look at Don Beebe. He's lined up at the left of the formation now with Mack guarding him.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Kelly out of the shotgun is blitzed. He throws, and it is dropped by Flip Johnson. He tried to make the reception at the Saints' 47-yard line out in the right flat and could not hold the ball. Robert Massey, the cornerback, was out there with him.
Said it Monday night, I don't understand why the Bills don't use James Lofton. He has proven that he can play and he can help out this offense. I don't know why he's not in there in the shotgun formation.
1:16 to play, 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line. Kelly back to throw again against deep zone coverage. And looking around, he throws, and it is caught over at the sideline. And stepping out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:09 left is Flip Johnson in front of Gene Atkins, the strong safety, but short of a first down at the 49-yard line of the Bills. They've got to get to the Saints' 48. It is 3rd down and about 4. Kelly waiting, dropping back, looking, throws short. He's got Harmon. Harmon at midfield. He's got the first down and is run out of bounds down at the Saints' 42-yard line. Clock stop, 1:02 to play in the first half. Bills driving to what they hope will be a tying touchdown. They're down 16-9. Atkins again made the defensive play. No huddle for the Bills. Kelly waiting, 1st and 10 at the Saints' 43. And he runs out of coverage and is going to run. 40, tackled at the 34-yard line. Clock runs. Now they'll stop it again, I would think. Frank Warren makes the tackle at the 34-yard line of the Saints. They stop it with 52 seconds left.
Now the 2-minute drill working fairly well for the Bills on this possession, just taking little chunks of yardage. The Saints dropping 3 men deep into his zone coverage. Kelly not trying to test that coverage yet. He's thrown underneath the coverage to Ronnie Harmon for a big first down pickup and then tucking the ball under his arm and running for a few yards, about 8 yards on that last play. Halftime, we'll talk with Bob Ferguson, the Bills' Director of Pro Personnel, the Assistant General Manager. He is the advanced scout for the Bills, and he'll be leaving first thing tomorrow morning for San Francisco to watch the Niners game against the Rams at Candlestick tomorrow night.
Kelly had come to the bench. The snow has stopped here, and they'll get the sweepers out to clean this field off at halftime.
And, you know, that could make for a different sort of second half, provided it doesn't snow again, because they've been unable to keep this field clear through the first half with the snow flurries that we had.
It is 2nd down and 2 at the 34-yard line of the Saints. Kelly shotgunning all the way. The Saints using zone coverage all the way. Kelly waiting. Here's a blitz coming. They pick it up. Kelly throws. He's got a man open, and it's Thurman Thomas, and he drops the ball incomplete. Oh, he bobbled it at the 5 and couldn't hold it. He was wide open, but they're going to bring it back and have to start again. Thurman Thomas, a well-thrown ball, Murph.
Really was, and a good job of blitz pickup, too. Ronnie Harmon stayed in the backfield and threw a good block. They ran Don Beebe into it, cut his pattern short, and sent Thurman Thomas all the way downfield that time. Thomas was open. The ball was there. He could not hang on, but the Bills were able to get that pass off because they picked up the blitz.
3rd and 2. They've got a couple of plays, though. 3rd and 2 at the 34-yard line of the Saints. Kenneth Davis in the game. And the throw is incomplete to Harmon. They had good coverage on Harmon there. Dave Waymer, the free safety, came up on him. Bills will go for it here.
Sure.
They've got to go for it.
Yeah, they have to. The field goal would not be 51 yards.
Possible.
Got to go for it here. 4th and 2 at the 34, just 41 seconds left.
And here they come to the line of scrimmage. They have 1 timeout remaining. 41 seconds left in the half. Kelly waits in shotgun mode. Takes the snap, drops back, cocks the arm, throws short. He's got Reed, and Reed is down for a first down at the 31-yard line. And the clock runs now, and they stop it with 33 seconds left. First down for the Bills. Stay tuned till the end of the game when we announce today's Tums Neutralizer of the game. The outstanding defensive player of the day, brought to you by Tums EX, the extra strength acid neutralizer. 33 seconds left. Van Miller with John Murphy. We're in the first half. The Saints lead 16-9. Bills have it 1st and 10 at the New Orleans 31-yard line. Well, if the Bills could take it in at halftime even, I think they'd be very, very happy, Murph, considering the way this game started.
Giving up those 2 touchdowns early on the turnovers, the fumble by Jim Kelly and the drop pass by Keith McKellar. That's how New Orleans got their first 2 touchdowns. It jumped out to a 13-0 lead. If the Bills can draw even with them at halftime, they wouldn't be in bad shape.
Bills still have a timeout remaining, and they have the ball at the New Orleans 31-yard line. And here they come to the line of scrimmage in the shotgun. New Orleans has their 6 defensive backs on the field, and they have 4 men up on the line. Here's Kelly to throw. In the pocket, looking, and he throws, and it is incomplete. He was hit just as he tried to throw the ball to Thurman Thomas in the left flat. Kelly is going to have to feel that pressure behind him, Murph. He seemed oblivious to it again there.
He really can't afford to take off and run here. He's got to throw it out of bounds.
Yep.
The Bills without timeouts, and a run would not stop the clock in the center of the field. And the Bills can't afford to do that if they're going to come out of here with any points at all.
25 seconds left in the first half. It is 2nd down and 10 at the 31-yard line of New Orleans. The Saints up 16-9 after leading 13-0, then 13-6, then 16-6, 16-9 is where we are now. Here's Kelly on 2nd down. Dropping back, can't find anybody. Now he throws, incomplete. Oh, that was not a good pass. Reed cut out to the sideline, and Kelly threw in behind him. There was a linebacker and a cornerback down there on the play to cover. It's 3rd down and 10.
Tough coverage to throw into, though.
Yeah,
I think
sure
the Saints are dropping like 7 guys back now, 7, maybe even 8 guys back into coverage. The Bills do have Lofton in there in these shotgun situations finally, but tough, really nowhere to throw. Kelly with Thurman Thomas over the middle. He was between the 2 safeties, and they would have closed very quickly if Kelly were to look that way.
Well, he's got to make the throw on a pure pass play. There's no time for a screen here, or no reason to, that's not probably the play call. So 3rd and 10, back the throw. Kelly, he throws to the end zone for Reed, and it is incomplete. Not close. And here's the field goal unit coming on. Milton Mack was covering. So the Bills got the 1 first down on the pass to Reed to the 31, and there they stall. And now Norwood is going to try a long field goal here, almost 48 yards. Appears to be about a 48-yard try.
Hey, he and John Kidd are trying to find a spot that is not icy. They're trying to sweep off with their feet a spot for Scott Norwood to set up.
Call it the 38-yard line, so call it a 48-yard try. Adam Lingner waiting to snap it back to Kidd. There's the snap, the put down, the kick on the way. It appears to be long enough, and it is good.
There's a big field goal. Whoa. 48 yards, the snap perfect, the hold perfect. Scott Norwood drilled it with a few yards to spare. 48-yard field goal to go along with his earlier 42-yarder.
Well, we'll have a swift kickoff now and then take it into the locker room and get this field cleaned off. Bob Ferguson, Bills Assistant General Manager, Director of Pro Personnel, with John Murphy at halftime. We're glad to have you listening across Western New York and our Bills Network this afternoon. And and I have to tell you, Murph, we have some listeners at Finnerty's Pub over in Cong, Ireland, Galway men who huddle around a table radio over there and listen to the Bills broadcast. They get it off WGMA Albany, bounce it off the, what is it, Dave made? The troposphere. You do and you clean it up. But if you're listening over there at Finnerty's Pub, especially that bar gal.
She's a big fan of yours.
Well,
right?
I hope so, yeah. And yes, I am 34 years old.
Can you imagine those guys sitting around the pub and it's nighttime over there in Ireland,
that's right. Yep. Well, we love them. Okay, 8 seconds left in the first half. Well, the deep man now for the Saints is Rod Harris. He's the middleman, but he's not going to see the ball, I don't think. I would imagine the Bills will squib this one. 8 seconds left.
That's important that the Bills came out of that possession with some points. Obviously, touchdown and a point after would have tied it up, but Kelly tried the one shot into the end zone. A pretty good pass to Andre Reed, who could not stretch out and get it. you're asking Andre Reed to make a spectacular play, but I don't think you can come out of that empty. And if they did score, they will have momentum going into the locker room and only trailing by 4 points, you would think, at the half.
The big play was the miss by Thurman Thomas. Here's a squib kickoff, scooped up at the 12, returned across the 20, across the 25, and down, and a fumble on the play. The Bills pick it up, but there's no time remaining on the clock. He was down anyway. Hagee, but they will take it in at halftime with the Bills trailing 16-12.
On the fumble that Jim Kelly coughed up that resulted in the second New Orleans touchdown. And those two turnovers really hurt the Buffalo Bills. Hanging on to the football, a primary concern early on when the footing was bad. I wonder what kind of second half we're going to have. The way, the way they've cleaned off the field, it is clear of any snow right now. Obviously a little bit slippery, but nothing like the way it was in the first half. It may make for a different game, and maybe the running game will begin to emerge now the players can get their footing in the second half.
Well, certainly the footing will be much surer. You're playing this second half on green where they played on slippery snow in the first half. The snow brushers have done a good job of cleaning this field off, and there's no evidence of snow coming out of the sky right now. The Bills will have to kick off into the wind, and that will move everybody up. They've got Atkins, Harris, and Craig Hayward, or let's see, is it Bobby Morris there? And they're going to use Hayward in there also. Craig Hayward. They have 4 men in a diamond formation with the middlemen standing at the 20 and 5-yard lines and the wingmen at the 15. And here's Norwood, ready to send it downfield into this wind. And here we go. And he kicks it high, and it's held up by the wind. Taken out, and it's fumbled. It goes right between the legs of a player. If he touched it, the Bills could wind up with a ball. And it is recovered by the Bills down at the 2-yard line.
Mickey Sutton has it. Mickey Sutton recovered.
Oh, boy.
White Braid had a shot at it, and I believe it is Sutton who came up with it eventually.
It went right between the legs of the would-be return man, and the Bills wind up with a tremendous break on the kickoff, have it first and goal at the New Orleans 2-yard line and can take the lead. How do you like that?
Incredible break for the Bills, right between the legs of Gene Atkins.
First and goal at the 2. And the Bills on the kickoff get the ball. It's a free ball, and it touched the New Orleans man. It's a free ball under any circumstances, and he slipped, and the Bills got it. Here's Kelly, and there was a slip by the Bills and a run here by Thurman Thomas, and he is stopped short of the goal line. The wingback slipped. McKellar couldn't get his footing, Murph. Second and goal. Got to hold on to the ball down there. Bills have got to put 7 on the board now. It would be unthinkable not to come away with 7 or 6 points at least on this drive. 7. Second and goal. No gain. Ball still at the 2-yard line. And the up back is the fullback, Kinnebrew. Thurman Thomas is the tailback. Kelly wants the crowd to quiet a little bit. Waiting for the snap. Motion by the tight end. And here's Thurman. Fake by Kelly. Looking to pass. Can't find anybody. Now throws. Touchdown. Metzlar's flag on the play. Flag on the play. Metzlar's caught it for a touchdown, but there's a flag at the goal line. And it will be against the Saints, apparently. And the touchdown will count. Kelly did a great job there of sorting it out. Defensive holding is negated. The Bills take the play.
Holding against Ricky Jackson, the Bills will decline. That's the play that went for the touchdown to Butch Roll against Cincinnati, and Kelly's first option was to roll. He was covered. Metzelaars broke late from the line of scrimmage. He was open. Kelly hits him for the touchdown.
Bills lead 18-16. Here's the extra point try. The kick is on the way, and it is good, and the Bills have taken the lead. Just 47 seconds into this half, recovering the opening kickoff and scoring in 2 plays. Will be back with more of the action after this.
New York Lottery presents Timeout Buffalo. The Bills team of 71 wasn't too prone to victory. This crew tied the 68 squad for the least amount of wins in club history. What's the record total? The answer follows this timeout.
New York, how do you pick your win for numbers?
I use whatever time is frozen on the clock when my son's guitar blows the power out.
New York Win 4. Pick 4 lucky numbers and you could win up to $5,000 each day.
I use the number of aliens that land on my farm each week. Dang, there's a whole bunch of them tonight. And hello to you too, little fella.
New York Win 4. Every day's a play day.
These two squads hold the season mark for the least amount of wins in club history. The 68 and 71 Bills managed just 1 victory. I'm Steve Albert, and this timeout was taken by New York State Lottery.
Another sports history mystery from Marine Midland. Ready? Polo gets its name from Marco Polo, who discovered the game in the Far East and brought it back west. True or false? While you're thinking, did you know Marine has great CDs, super rates, all different terms, security? You can't lose. Unless, of course, you answer true. Polo was discovered in India by the British, and its name comes from the Tibetan word for ball. How about that? Marine Midland Bank. Let's work it out together. Member FDIC. Substantial penalty for early withdrawal.
WBEN Buffalo.
For the first time in this game, the Bills had the lead. It is 19-16. Buffalo in front. 2-yard touchdown pass from Jim Kelly to Pete Metzelars. Play fake. Kelly first looked to Butch Roll. Roll was covered in the end zone. Pete Metzelars coming off the line of scrimmage. We said he was slow getting off the line. The reason he was knocked down, he was tackled by the outside linebacker, Ricky Jackson. That's where the holding call came against New Orleans. Metzelars able to pick himself up, shake free in the end zone, and Kelly found him for the touchdown. 2-yard drive, 2 plays, 37 seconds, all set up by the muff of the second half kickoff by Gene Atkins. Point after is good, and the Bills' lead is 3.
So here we go, the kickoff by Scott Norwood, and he'll try to kick it to his left toward Atkins again, and he does kick it down that way, and it is taken at the 19, returned to the 25, and hit at the 32-yard line is Rod Harris, and Harris is nailed by John Hagee. Drain is rolling over on his back, and he's getting up slowly. 4 Bills getting up slowly. They're all okay. So the Bills, after a very rocky start, have taken the lead here, 19-16, and the Saints have a first down at the 32-yard line. And we're playing on green as opposed to snow in the first half. And here we go. They deploy Eric Martin, the wideout, to the left, and have a wingback to the right, Greg Scales. Hilliard, the tailback, with 3 tight ends in the game. And they go to the run, and Hilliard turns the corner and comes upfield to the 39-yard line. He got 7 yards on the play. Bruce Smith made the tackle.
Looks like Bruce Smith is ready to play the second half. He rocked his man, Kevin Haberdink, that time. Just rolled him right back on his ankle, shoved him into the backfield. Play went around to his right, but Bruce Smith pursued it from behind and was able to help out with the tackle. And again, the Bills come out with 4 down linemen in this game, in this second half, the way they played most of the first half.
And New Orleans is countering that, Murph. They were using 3 tight ends, and they still have 3 tight ends in the game. And just 1 setback, and they're running Hilliard again, and he's got a first down and more all the way out to midfield. So now that they have good or better footing, they're going to run it using their muscle with their 3 tight ends. Talley and Jackson made the tackle.
This is what you fear about the good footing in the second half. Dalton Hilliard becoming unchained. He is a lot like Thurman Thomas. Everybody notices that comparison between the two, and it's a pretty good offensive line in front of them. Let's see if the Saints stay on the ground and grind out the yardage with Hilliard.
They have Hobie Brenner, 1 tight end to the left, Tyson Scales, the other 2 tight ends to the right, just 1 wide receiver, and Dalton Hilliard, and here he comes again to the right, and this time they've got him. Art Still rode him down. He got about a half a yard. Nice play by Still, warding off his block and making the tackle inside on the Bills side of midfield. Now they will come in with an extra tight end. They take Scales, or they take a tight end out, and they bring in Brett Perryman. So they have 2 wide receivers, and they will go on 2nd and almost 10 from midfield using the 2 wideouts. They take Scales, the tight end, out of the game. Under center goes John Fourcade. Bills lead 19-16 early in the third quarter. 4-man front by the Bills. Back to throw goes Fourcade. He has a lot of time. Rolls out to the right, and he may run here. Now he lets it go, and it is caught, I believe. A flag on the play. Let's see. They're going to rule an incomplete forward pass to Eric Martin.
Flag thrown early during that play, and I don't know what that could be. It was thrown back in the coverage area by Buffalo, and maybe a defensive holding against the Bills.
What it's going to be, Murph.
I thought the Bills had some good coverage. In particular, Ray Bentley stepped in front of the tight end, John Tice, downfield and took away a pass.
Holding, number 47, defense, 5 yards, automatic first down.
This is Kirby Jackson, who is flagged for holding, the man he's assigned to cover. But Ray Bentley stepped up in front of John Tice. It looked like Fourcade wanted to throw to his tight end, but Bentley stepped up in front and took away that pass. Fourcade started to roll to his right. Kirby Jackson grabbed a hold of somebody to stay with his man.
That's the first down, of course, and it's at the Bills' 44-yard line. And again, they line up with a double tight end. Brett Perryman, the wide out to the right. They're showing a safety blitz, and here comes the safety man, and the pass is good. Brett Perryman at the 30, 25, 20, down to the 15, still on his feet, and going all the way down to the 11 or 12-yard line goes Brett Perryman. Nate Odoms made the tackle, but they threw it right into the area where the safety had vacated. They had sent Leonard Smith on the blitz, Murph.
Two-step drop by John Fourcade. Kirby Jackson denied him the outside, but Perryman has hurt the Bills now. Just a quick drop by Fourcade and a slant towards the middle. Conlon trying to get over and deny that inside route, and again, more missed tackles by the Bills. Kelso could have had him upfield a little bit.
Very impressive run by Brett Perryman after he caught the ball. First and 10 outside the 10. Here's a pass coming up. Fourcade rolling right, throwing incomplete. Incomplete. Good coverage down there on the tight end.
Leonard Smith staying with his
got
man.
A hand on it, Murph.
Leonard Smith staying with Hobie Brenner that time, and a little bit further downfield they had Kirby Jackson trying to stay with Brett Perryman. Fourcade is so mobile, he creates some problems for the Buffalo pass rush, and he's able to throw quickly on the run too, and that makes him a dangerous quarterback. And I've seen Bobby Hebert play a few games, seen a few games that he's played, and he hasn't done the sort of thing Fourcade has done for New Orleans today, that's for sure.
It is second and 10. The ball is spotted at the 11-yard line of the Bills. A field goal would tie this game up. A touchdown would put the Saints up by 4 again. Fourcade waiting, and the Bills showing blitz. Here's a run to Hilliard, and Hilliard is going to be stopped at about the 8-yard line. Between the 8 and 9, Conlon was the initial tackler. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification.
Listen for Buffalo Sabres hockey tonight on WBEN Buffalo.
Shane Conlon making the initial hit, stopping Dalton Hilliard, and stopped him for a gain of about 2 or 3 yards on the play. Conlon shook away from his block and was able to rock Hilliard just a couple of yards downfield, and the rest of his teammates came up to meet him.
Craig Hayward has checked into the backfield now for New Orleans. The Bills are going with their dime package. They're bringing in Hale and Sutton in the shotgun on 3rd and 8 inside the 8-yard line, and a timeout is taken by New Orleans. The clock was down to 2 seconds. While shopping at Thruway Mall, be sure to visit the Indoor Winter Carnival at the south end of the mall. The kids will love the live petting zoo, popcorn, cotton candy, and the many rides. Thruway Mall, Harlem and Walden and Cheektowaga. Thruway Mall has it all. Bills are going to dime coverage here, looking past Murph on 3rd and about 8 to go inside the 9-yard line.
Bills made a change-up, too, in their dime defense today, Van, and I'm not sure if he's hurt, but I don't know. I see Chris Hale out there the last 2 dime packages, and I don't see John Hagee. Hale has taken Hagee's spot in that dime package. We didn't get any word of John Hagee being hurt anyway.
No. The ball is resting close to the 9-yard line of the Bills. The Saints with a very impressive drive here after giving up that cheap touchdown and losing the opening second half kickoff. Bills had it 1st and goal at the 2, and they took it in 2 plays. The pass to Metzlars put Buffalo up 19-16 after the conversion. And now the Saints are trying to get it back here and go back on top with a 3rd and 8 at the 9-yard line of the Bills. Here we go. They have brought in Mike Jones. They have 4 wideouts in the game. Lonzel Hill, who is the son of J.D. Hill, the former Bills wide receiver in the 70s. Perryman is to the right, along with Martin. And back to throw now. Here's Fourcade looking to run, and he runs into his own man, trips, and now comes back the other way, and now throws, and it is intercepted, is it? No, incomplete. Flag on the play as Fourcade was hit. Incomplete. It was almost intercepted there. Leonard Smith had it in his hands down at the 1 or 2 yard line and could not hold it.
Penalty goes against New Orleans. Well, that's the kind of play that Fourcade gets scary because he has taken some broken plays and turned them into big plays for New Orleans. Rolling out to his right, evading the Buffalo pass rush, and almost hit his man down at the goal line.
Downfield, number 61, offense, decline.
Well, they'll refuse ineligible downfield and let him shoot the field goal up here to try to tie the game. 26-yarder by Morton Anderson. This guy just about owned New Orleans in their top years. This will be a 26-yarder by Morton Anderson with the win. Waiting for the snap. This can tie it up, and the kick on the way, and it is good. And we are tied at 19 with 10:02 to play in the third quarter. And we'll be back with more action on the Buffalo Bills Football Network.
Ever feel like you can't control your car? If your shocks and struts are worn, your wheels can't hold the road as well. You could lose control. Monroe Gasmatic shocks and struts put control back into your life for a smoother, safer ride. Here's a holiday bonus from your Monroe Ride expert. Buy 3 Monroe Gasmatic shocks or struts, receive 1 rear unit free. Offer good through December the 31st. Visit your Monroe Ride Expert Center at J.J. Motors in Niagara Falls, Jim Bolin Goodyear Lakewood, or Bob's Repair in Hilton.
Back for the punt, Speedy McGee.
A high-hanging punt gives me a fiery spell of heartburn, so I use Tom ZX. They're twice as strong, twice as fast as regular Rolaids. I took Tom ZX as I came on the field.
There's the punt.
So by the time I catch the ball, my heartburn's gone. Nice fluke.
Tom ZX, twice as strong, twice as fast as regular Rolaids. Use only as directed.
Tums are available at your neighborhood Bell store, where double coupons save you more.
The drive to be the best. The Bills have it. Your Buick dealer has it. Feel it in LeSabre, the most trouble-free American car. Or Regal, America's best-selling midsize coupe. Buick's redesigned Riviera, the luxurious Park Avenue, the sensational Century, the ragtop Rihanna. The best. The Bills have it. Buick has it. Get great cash-to-you incentives on the best at your Western New York Buick dealer.
Voice of the Sabres, WBEN.
Game tied at 19, 10:02 left to play, third quarter. 26-yard Morton Anderson field goal ties it up. 59-yard drive, 4 minutes, 1 second used on the clock. The key play, 32-yard pass, a slant pattern by Brett Perriman as he ran inside Kirby Jackson, and great pass thrown by John Fourcade. Fourcade is having the game of his life in the NFL. He is 9 of 14 passing for 207 yards. This is a team, a New Orleans team, that only had 169 yards of total offense last week against the Detroit Lions.
Ready for the kickoff by Morton Anderson. Ronnie Harmon is deep along with the Bills wide receiver John Beebe, and the kick sails down in the direction of Beebe, and he will take it back in the end zone and down it there. The ball carried with the wind 5 yards deep into the end zone, and the Bills drive start comes out at the 20-yard line. 9:56 to play in the third quarter.
See what kind of a running game Buffalo could put together here in the second half. They had 56 rushing yards in the first half of play. Thurman Thomas with 10 carries, 27 yards. Kennebrew had 21 yards.
It is first down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Here come the Bills. They line up with Thurman Thomas in the tailback spot, and the fullback set off behind the left tackle, Will Wolford. And here's a run by Thomas at the 20, and they string it out and run him out of bounds after a short gain. He got at most 3 yards on the play, maybe only a couple. He was run out by Dave Weimer, the free safety.
Down.
Flag on the play.
And it's going to go against the Bills.
Uh-oh. Holding. They don't need this. They're retreating.
Holding, number 28, offense, 10 yards, still first down.
Larry Kennebrew was holding on the play, so that gives the Bills a 1st and 20 drive start back at their 10-yard line. 9:52 left in the third. 19 all.
Kennebrew tried to loop around and take Pat Swilling out of the play and grabbed his right shoulder and tried to haul him down.
So here is Jim Kelly on 1st and 20 at the 10-yard line. Thurman Thomas, his tailback. And Kelly handing off to Thomas, running left. Tries to turn the corner and is going to be knocked out of bounds after a gain of 3 yards. He is taken out by Gene Atkins, the strong safety, and Pat Swilling. They bring in Keith McKellar now and take out and limping a little bit as he comes off the field is Pete Metzelaars. Although he appears to be okay. He has his helmet on. It is 2nd down. Well, give him 4 yards on the play out to the 14. Call it 2nd and 16 for the Bills. They're in a tie with 9:46 to play here in the third quarter. Kelly ready to go to work. Under center, back on a quick snap to throw over the middle, and it is tucked there by the tight end for a first down. Keith McKellar out to the 38-yard line. What a nice catch. And he took a hit from Dave Waymer, but he held on to the ball, and the Bills have a first down.
Boy, it's a tough pass for Jim Kelly to make, a tough decision because the safety was coming fast from downfield. As he got by, McKellar got by Vaughn Johnson, but the safety is closing pass. Kelly threw it perfectly, and there Waymer rocked McKellar right when the ball arrived, but Jim Kelly has more guts than I do just to throw that pass into that kind of coverage.
Jim Lofton has come out of the game, James Lofton, and he has been replaced in there by a tight end. So they have double tight ends. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. They drop off at the corners, and here's Kelly, play action throw, and he overthrows. Kennebrew was wide open at the 45-yard line. He overthrew him. Kennebrew wide open there, and Kelly just could not get the ball to him. He overthrew him. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line of the Bills. Lofton is back in. McKellar comes out.
Kelly, 13 completions and 24 attempts for 166 yards passing.
19 all the score. We're in the third quarter. Van Miller with John Murphy, executive producer Dave May, and our producer John the Pearl DeMuro. 2nd and 10 at the 38. Here is Kelly going under center. Strong right in the formation, has the backs in a divide, drops back. Here's a draw play, and it is Thomas, and Thomas is going to be run back after a gain of a couple of yards to the 40-yard line of the Bills, and that's all. James Gethers was there to gather him in up around his shoulder pads and run him into his own backfield. Shotgun time now for the Bills. Cliff Johnson comes in. Don Beebe comes in. Ronnie Harmon checks in. It is 3rd down and 8 at the 40-yard line of the Bills. 8.5 minutes to go. A very, very big game for Buffalo. A win or loss here could conceivably determine home field advantage for them down the line, and even more than that. They have not won a playoff spot yet. 3rd and 8. Here's Kelly to throw out of the shotgun. On 3rd and 8, he lets it fly, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted by Toy Cook, the right cornerback, and they had good pressure on Kelly there.
Boy, they sure
Swilling had to help him up.
Kelly had to unload in a hurry because Will Wolford did not block Pat Swilling that time. Swilling put a move on him at the line of scrimmage, and all of a sudden he was bearing right down on Jim Kelly. Kelly had to unload, threw it to Andre Reed. It was almost intercepted by Toy Cook.
So the Bills will have to punt it away here. And Bobby Morse is waiting for this kick at the 28-yard line of New Orleans. John Kidd will punt into the wind. 8:06 to play in the third quarter. 19-19 the score. Kidd standing back at his 25, waiting for the snap from Adam Lingner. Gets a good pass from center. A lot of pressure. He gets the kick away. A nice high spiral. And Bobby Morse takes it at the 30-yard line and downs it there. I didn't see him signal for a fair catch. But he went down on one knee. They're going to give him the 31-yard line.
31-yard punt by John Kidd.
Not bad into the wind, Murph.
No, it's not, really.
And the Bills had good coverage downfield. It's tied at 19. We'll be back with more action on the Buffalo Bills Football Network.
Whether you're giving great parties or tasteful gifts, the Premier Center has everything you need in one quick, convenient stop. Premier Liquor has the area's largest selection of wines and spirits at volume discount prices, like Chivas Regal in a holiday gift tin, just $12.99 a fifth, and Great Western Champagne, just $2.99 a fifth after a $2 mail-in rebate. See Monday's Buffalo News for all the holiday savings at Premier Liquor and Premier Cheese, Delaware near Sheridan and Kenmore.
With a home equity line of credit, you only pay interest on the money you use, not on your entire credit line. WBEN can help you learn helpful information like this at Empire of America's free home equity line of credit seminar. Other seminars discuss home buying, saving for education, and renting versus owning. For more information, stop at your nearest branch or call Smartline 845-7100 from 9 to 9. All seminars brought to you as a public service by Empire of America, an equal opportunity lender, and WBEN.
Topps takes our great film developing service and makes it incredible. You still get our twice as nice 2 sets of prints for the price of 1 feature developed under the Kodak Color Watch system with Topps back when we say or you get them free guarantee. But now we're adding next day service and even lower prices on double prints every day. Complete details in store. Topps makes film developing a snap.
Radio 930 WBEN.
7 minutes, 57 seconds left, third quarter. The Saints have it first and 10 at their own 31-yard line. The game tied 19 apiece. Bills caught a break on the second half kickoff, on the muffed kickoff, and the Bills got a 2-yard touchdown pass from Kelly to Pete Metzelaars, but then a Morton Anderson field goal tied it up. We're tied at 19.
So here we go, and the Saints, who were very impressive in their last drive to a tying field goal, get a good drive start with the wind at their backs, out at the 31-yard line. And on first down, John Fourcade will throw. He is in the pocket. He throws over the middle, and he makes a completion, and Scott Radisek makes the tackle on the receiver up at the 39-yard line, John Tice, who caught the first touchdown pass of this game. It'll be second down and 3 to go out at the 39-yard line between the 38 and 39 of New Orleans. Van Miller with John Murphy. The Bills in San Francisco to play the Niners, the Super Bowl champions, next Sunday afternoon. Under center comes John Fourcade on second and 3. And he pitches out a run to the left by Dalton Hilliard, and they miss a tackle on him, and he gets a first down up to the 43-yard line. Radisek couldn't hold him. Darryl Talley finally collided with him and stopped him. Talley playing with a very sore arm. It'll be a first down up at the 43-yard line of the Saints.
First down to Williams.
So they have shown an ability to move the ball on the Bills.
Really having a team that struggled offensively last week against Detroit. Didn't play that great of an offensive game a week earlier against the Rams. But they're moving the ball well through the air in the first half and now on the ground.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line of the Saints. 19-19 the score. 6:40 the clock running in the third quarter. Wing back to the right. Fourcade puts Brett Perryman in motion and drops back to pass and throws downfield for Perryman, out of bounds, incomplete. He threw that one away because Kirby Jackson was stride for stride with Perryman, and they had Kelso, the free safety, coming over with their assistance on that play. Clock stops with 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. No evidence of snow now after we had that quite heavy snow that inundated the field before the kickoff, and they played under those conditions through the first half. Now it is second and 10 at the 43-yard line. In motion goes the fullback. And here's a run, a flag on the play, and it's going to be a dead ball play here. Let's see what it's all about. They signaled the play off. Dalton Hilliard started to run to his left, then held his hand up as he broke his stride and just sort of pulled up. False start.
Right guard, offense, 5 yards, still second down.
Well, there haven't been many offensive penalties in this game, Murph.
No, haven't been too many penalties at all. That's just the second penalty against New Orleans for 15 yards. Bills have been penalized twice for 15 yards also.
So the walk-off takes it back to the New Orleans 38-yard line, where they will have it second down and 15 to go. 19 all the score, 6:28 to play in the third quarter. Wide to the right comes Lonzel Hill, the wide receiver. Fourcade is talking with Hilliard and putting him up on the left wing. Now Fourcade against the blitz is back to throw, and he throws to Hill. He's got it at midfield, down to the Bills' 45, down to the 40-yard line, and they'll mark him down at the 39-yard line. Lonzel Hill, out of the University of Washington in his third year, made the reception.
Same pattern that Brett Perriman hit for a long yardage, 35 yards on the Saints' last offensive possession. A slant pattern run by Lonzel Hill. Kirby Jackson backing up, and there's no help at all from the inside linebacker, Ray Bentley, that time. As he's got to drop back and shut down that passing lane, but he wasn't there.
Boy, what a day John Fourcade is having, Murph. He's putting up some big numbers. Lonzel Hill and Eric Martin deploy out to the left. They line up with a tight end, Tice to the right. Backs in the eye. Hilliard is the tailback. And Fourcade is going to play action throw. And he lets it fly, incomplete. Nate Odoms was covering Lonzel Hill, who ran a deep in pattern that time. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Bring it back and set it down at the Bills' 39-yard line. 2nd and 10 for the Saints. They started this drive at their 31. The Bills got a cheap touchdown to start this second half when the kickoff was muffed by Atkins, and they had a 1st and goal at the 2. They went up 19-16. But New Orleans came back to kick a 26-yard field goal, and now they have it in Buffalo territory, 2nd and 10 at the Bills' 39 with 5:35 left in the third quarter. In motion goes Lonzel Hill. And a pitch out, a run to the right by Hilliard, and Hilliard trying to turn the corner, but Shane Conlon throws him out of bounds unceremoniously at the 38-yard line. I mean, Conlon really chucked him out of bounds there. He just threw him, literally.
That was one of the best plays I've seen Shane Conlon make since he's returned, man. Not just the way he threw him out of bounds, but the way he threw away the blocker, the right tackle, Stan Brock, trying to come out and get Conlon. Conlon just shoved him away and was right there to throw out the running back, throw him out of bounds. Conlon slowly has begun to round into the form that he had before the knee injury.
Well, New Orleans has been a big third down team today. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and 9. Or go to the shotgun. John Fourcade. Crowd getting into it now on 3rd and 9 at the Bills' 38. And the Bills might have been offside there. Bruce Smith. Here's Fourcade running, and he slides down. He's short of a 1st down. No flag. Boy, Smith really timed that perfectly, Murphy. He was very close to being offside. He ran down to about the 34-yard line, and Anderson will try a long field goal with the wind. This one is going to be about 50 yards, maybe 51.
Bruce,
4th down and about 4.
Part of his great strength is his quickness off the snap. And he timed that I guess he timed it perfectly because he didn't get called, but it was awfully close to him jumping off sides.
Was it? Morton Anderson's going to try a 50-yarder.
This will be a 51-yard attempt.
50-yard attempt. Waiting for the snap. Fourcade puts it down. It's on the way. It looks like it's going to be short. And it is short. And the Bills get the ball back. 19-19 the score. 4:38 to play. Fasten your seatbelt. We'll be back with more of the action after this.
Value Home Center for the do-it-yourselfer in you.
If you've gone through model homes or glanced through the many home design magazines, you've seen the look that a professional decorator or painter can give a room. And with Dutch Boy Interior Satin Finish Latex Paint from Value Home Centers, you too can give a room the look.
Value Home Center, Value Home Center, Value Home Center for the do-it-yourselfer in you.
The look from Dutch Boy is an interior satin finish paint that's scrubbable with a hint of luster, so colors seem more vivid, more pleasing to the eye. Value Home Centers has the Dutch Boy paint for every project, always at everyday savings. And with 28 Value Home Centers in Western New York and Pennsylvania, there's one right near you.
Value Home Centers, Value Home Centers, Value Home Centers for the do-it-yourselfer in you.
What are you looking for in a full-sized pickup? If you're looking for the one truck you don't have to think about, worry about, or pamper, a truck you just load up and drive. The truck around Buffalo that takes the whole concept of work truck a step further, the truck with more horsepower, more cargo and passenger room, and better rust protection than Ford, then you're looking for Chevy's full-size truck at your good neighbor Chevrolet Geo dealer. They've got what you're looking for.
The radio news leader, WBEN.
Molson Light NFL scoreboard games in the third quarter. Steelers lead the Jets 7-0. Seattle leads Cincinnati 17-10. Steve Largent has his 100th touchdown reception in that game. Houston leads Tampa Bay 20-10. The Eagles lead the Cowboys 20-3. Lions leading the Bears 24-10. It's Minnesota 27, the Falcons 17. Chiefs leading Green Bay 21-3, and San Diego leads Washington 14-3.
Boy, are the Chiefs playing great football. Here it's 19-all, and the Bills have it 1st and 10 at their 33, and Kelly's ready to go to work. And Kelly will hand off a run to the left by Thurman Thomas, and he cuts it up to the 37-yard line. He picked up 4 yards off left tackle. Wayne Martin, the defensive end, was there to stop him. They set it down at the 37-yard line. It is 2nd down and 6 to go for the Bills. 4:22 to play in the third quarter. Van Miller with John Murphy on a cold afternoon here at Rich Stadium. Game started in quite substantial snowstorm and wind, but now the field is all green after the brush off at halftime, and it is cold and blustery, but a little better footing. 2nd and 6 at the 37. And back to throw, Kelly in the pocket. He swings it out here. A little screen pass to Harmon at the 35. Harmon at the 40. And Harmon short of a first down by a yard at about the 42. Pat Swilling and Bowen Johnson, the linebackers, made the stop on the play. Harmon did have one blocker out in front of him. It'll be 3rd down and about a yard. They bring in Brett Maxey in their nickel coverage. Bills are going to their short yardage. Well, no, they just brought Maxey in as a replacement for Massey. And now Kenneth Davis has checked in for Harmon. It is 3rd and 1. The ball is at the 42-yard line of the Bills. And they have the backs lined up in the I formation. And here is a run by Davis at the 40. And is he going to get it? I don't know. I don't think so. Looks like they have stopped him as he ran off left tackle. Vaughn Johnson got in there to tackle him. He did not get the first down as he tried to run off left tackle. And the Bills are going to have to punt. No gain on the play. John Kidd in to punt. Bobby Morris back to receive.
Both inside linebackers, Sam Mills and Vaughn Johnson, were all over that play. They saw their keys, the guards, and everybody moving to the left, and just went right after Kenneth Davis. Both of them were there to help out with the tackle.
Here's Kidd to punt into the wind. Gets it away high. Wind holds it up. Bobby Morris takes it and fumbles it and falls on it at the 28-yard line. Oh, that was dangerous. Remember, when it's your move, call Wilson Moving and Storage. Wilson Moving and Storage, your agent for North American van lines. Make the right call. Call Wilson North American, Wilson Moving and Storage.
John Kidd gets credit for a 32-yard punt. With the Bills on their last 2 offensive series, they've had to punt, and they've seemed to have gone into a little bit of a funk here offensively. They got the big break in the start of the second half, having to go 2 yards for that touchdown after the muffed kickoff, but have been unable to do anything offensively since then.
The Bills will have the wind advantage 2 minutes and 16 seconds from now. We are deep into the third quarter in a battle, 19-19. And ready to go to work is quarterback John Fourcade. And he will swing his cornerback right, or his running back right, and Dalton Hilliard runs upfield. They're going to give him the 33-yard line. I think that's a pretty generous spot there as they swept him right. Leon Seals came over. And they're going to spot that ball up at the 33-yard line. So it's a gain of 5, 2nd and 5. The Saints moved the ball much better than the Bills in this third quarter. The Bills got a break on that opening kickoff, which they recovered way down at the 2-yard line and got an easy touchdown. But the Saints then moved to a field goal, and then another. And we're tied at 19. Fourcade waiting, back to pass. Over the middle, incomplete. He threw it badly that time. In behind John Tice, the tight end. That was a bad throw. Ball bounced all the way down to the 29-yard line of the Bills on that short throw over the middle. 3rd and 5 at the 33. Shotgun time now. They're bringing Lonzel Hill into the game. They're going to keep Buford Jordan in there to block. Let's see if they have the 4 wideouts in there. Martin is in there. Hill is out there. And they would use Perryman and Harris or Jones. But they will line up with the extra tight end. And a wing back to the right. And it's 3rd and 5 at the 33. Motion by Lonzel Hill. Pass coming up by Fourcade, and he's got the completion. Martin at the 40, at the 45 at midfield, and out of bounds in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Mark Kelso. Eric Martin on that excellent crossing pattern just outran a couple of Bills defenders and got down to the 44-yard line.
I think it was John Hagee's responsibility coming off the line of scrimmage, and Eric Martin ran Hagee through some traffic when he crossed over the middle. Got a couple of steps on Hagee, and Fourcade found him with a quick drop, quick setup. Found him for a gain of 23 yards in the first down, and the New Orleans drive is alive.
The Saints have been an inconsistent team, but boy, they have been consistent against AFC opponents, Murph. They just don't lose to the AFC. And they're making a game of it here today, tied at 19, 1st and 10 at the Bills' 44. And a run by Dalton Hilliard. Hilliard trying to turn the corner, and he's run out of bounds. They're going to set it down at the 41-yard line of the Bills. Conlon was over there after Leon Seals had strung the play out to the Bills' sideline. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Clock stops, 1:15 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Good job of forcing that run to the outside by Shane Conlon, who again looks more and more comfortable as this game wears on. This is the best football he's played since returning from his knee injury several weeks ago.
Ball is spotted at the Bills' 41, 2nd and 7. Eric Martin goes out to the right side. They line up with the tight ends, all 3 of them to the right of the formation. Now they put Scales, one of the tight ends, in motion. Here's a pass coming up. Fourcade looking to throw, and he throws it, and it's incomplete off Scales' fingertips at the sideline down at the 28-yard line. Greg Scales could not catch it. Talley was covering on the play. 3rd and 7.
Fourcade looking downfield, first of all, for Eric Martin, the wide receiver. Nate Odoms in coverage there, and Odoms was on him pretty good, so Fourcade couldn't go that way. He threw the underneath man that time, the tight end rolling out Scales, and Scales was overthrown.
I like Fourcade's mobility, Murph, and his scrambling ability.
Not just his mobility, the way he can unload the ball after he runs, too. It's one thing to get away from the pass rush. Fourcade has the ability to escape a pass rush and still get a decent pass off.
Well, that 3rd and 22 pass he made was one of the greatest plays I've ever seen. Here it is, 3rd and 7 at the Bills' 41. They motion Lonzel Hill, and Fourcade will drop back to pass. He has time. Now they're after him. Now he throws, and it's intercepted. It is picked off by Odoms at the 40, up to the 42-yard line, and the Bills have the ball. Nate Odoms on the interception.
And what a great interception it was. Nate Odoms beaten by 1 step, but Nate Odoms recovered so quickly and stepped right in front of that pass by John Fourcade. An outstanding interception by Odoms. Pass intended for Buford Jordan, cutting over the middle. Great interception by Odoms, his 5th of the season.
So the Bills get the ball back, and they have it at their 42-yard line. With Odoms left in the
Odoms left his man in order to get that interception too, Van. He realized that the play was rolling over to the right. He left his man and was able to step in front of that interception. He leads the club now with 5 interceptions.
Here is Kelly on 1st down to throw. Back in the pocket, he throws, and it is incomplete. That was in no man's land. And again, I don't know what it is with James Lofton and Kelly, but they have trouble getting on the same page oft times, Murph.
Yeah, they really do.
I don't understand that. Now, that pass was, I don't know, Lofton ran too deep, apparently. Kelly had a very disgusted look on his face as we looked up at the screen, and he was not a happy camper. It is 2nd and 10. Lofton will come out to the left. Reed will go to the right. Split the backs behind Kelly. They're moving Squilly over on the left corner now, probably to blitz on this play. Looking past, 2nd and 10. Here he comes, and a draw play, and they're going to contain it and stop it at the 41-yard line. They lost about a yard on the play. Sam Mills, they ran right to the side from where Swilling had blitzed. But there was nothing there because Mills filled very well. They have outstanding linebackers.
Now the Bills got to make something happen on 3rd down. They're only 5 of 11 in 3rd down situations this game, and they've been not doing anything at all offensively in the second half of play. They need a big play call here, and they need to complete a pass. 3rd and 11 coming up.
Ball at the 41-yard line of the Bills. 19-19 the score. 19 seconds left. The clock running 3rd quarter. Kelly in the shotgun on 3rd and 11. They drop off. The linebackers Rush 4, now 5. Here's Kelly rolling out, throwing on the run long. Downfield for Beebe. Can't quite get it at the 12-yard line. He looked back straight over his head there. There were 2 men down with him. Beebe had the half step he needed, but the ball was overthrown a little bit into this wind, and the punter comes on again. 3rd straight series and a punt by the Bills.
Another miserable.
Waymer and Massey were covering.
Miserable offensive series for Buffalo. The draw play on 2nd and 10. They go nowhere with that. Then Kelly overthrows Don Beebe. He felt some pressure rolling out to his right and overthrew Don Beebe downfield on the 3rd down play. And the miscommunication on 1st down with Lofton set it all up.
Bills will have to punt into the wind. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Bobby Morris is deep at the 23-yard line. There's the snap to Kidd. Punts away. Morris is going to take it at the 33 and slide forward for a yard or so to the 34-yard line, and that will end the quarter. So it's the Saints 19, the Bills 19. This is Van Miller with John Murphy, executive producer Dave May, and back at Football Central, our producer John the Pearl DeMurl. It's all even with 15 minutes to play. We'll be back with more action on the Buffalo Bills Football Network.
Company, voice of the Buffalo Bills, WBEN.
Well, the Bills offense took the 3rd quarter off, just 40 yards of offense in the 3rd quarter, and they got the break on the possession on the 2-yard line, got into the end zone on the touchdown pass from Jim Kelly to Pete Metzelaars, and did nothing after that. Tied at 19 as the 4th quarter is about to begin, but Van, they took the lead early in the 3rd quarter and were unable to do anything with it because, I think, because they couldn't run the ball.
Well, exactly. Only 9 yards on the ground in that period, Murph. Well, they have the wind advantage now, and remember that Scott Norwood has had his foot working accurately today with 42 and 48 yarders off the snow, and it just might come down to something like that, the way this game is going. Here come the Saints. They've showed an ability to move the ball against the Bills. 1st and 10 at the 33, working into the wind. John Fourcade was intercepted on his last play. He has split the backs and waits for the first snap of the 4th quarter, has the ball, and runs Hilliard straight ahead, and he finds a nice hole and bursts out close to a first down. Boy, that was just a straight ahead drive by Hilliard, and the linebackers and safety were up there finally to tackle him, but he was just about a yard short of a first down. Give him 9 yards on the pickup, out to almost the 44-yard line.
Good blocking by the right side of the Saints offensive line. They fired out and got their men, including the linebackers, and they picked up some yardage on that first down play. Boy, here's the time to throw the ball, Murph. Well, they did get the first down. They did get the first down, and a running play now, and they jam it up in the middle as Craig Hayward, who has now come in, the Pitt fullback, 5'11", 265, been playing mostly on special teams, getting a little work now. They did not use Buford Jordan at all as a rusher in this game. He had only rushed, well, he had rushed 117 times coming in. Mark Pike made the tackle. Ironhead, as they call him. Bills expect to pass here. They bring in Cofield and take Pike out. So now Buffalo with 4 linebackers, 3 down linemen in the game. And watch Cofield go after Fourcade. It is 2nd and 6 at the 48-yard line. They have the extra tight ends in the game. And Fourcade waiting. And a running play, and Hilliard is trying to get through the crack. And he is going to be down at the midfield stripe, maybe the Bills side of the 50-yard line. Talley was up there to make the initial hit on the play. And now again, New Orleans will have a 3rd down and about, well, a good 3 yards to go, 3.5 yards to go. They'll take out Hobie Brenner, the tight end, take out Scales, the tight end, and take out the 3rd tight end, Tice. So now they're going to bring in 4 wide receivers here, and the Bills will have 6 defensive backs. It is 3rd down and a long 3 from the Bills side of midfield. In the shotgun, John Fourcade, tie score 19 all. And Fourcade waiting, takes the snap, backs up, looks to throw, fires out. Here he's got a man, first down. It is caught in there by Brett Perryman at the Bills' 42-yard line. And he beat Chris Hale on the little down and out pattern to keep the drive moving. 12:57 to play. The clock is stopped. But the Saints are marching down the field. 4 catches for 96 yards for Brett Perryman in this game. Injured New Orleans Saints Kevin Habernick, the left tackle, is down. We'll take a moment here, Murph, following today's play-by-play broadcast of the Bills Saints. You'll want to stay by your radio for the Buffalo Bills post-game show with Kevin Keenan to find out which play is the Gold Dome play of the game. For my money, it's Gold Dome. They're helping Kevin Habernick off the field.
Well, we'll take a break here, and we'll be back with more of the action after this.
The injured New Orleans Saint, Kevin Habernick, is over on the sideline. The Saints doing some shuffling now with Jim Dombrowski moving up to play left tackle, and Jeff Walker, a second-year man from Memphis State, is in there at left guard. Tied at 19, the Bills and the Saints, just under 13 minutes to go, fourth quarter.
Well, here we go. 1st and 10 at the Bills' 42-yard line. They've got to stop the Saints now. 12:57 to play in the game. Fourcade waits. Long count, takes the snap. Runs Hilliard to the right. Hilliard trying to go along the line of scrimmage is going to be run out of bounds. Shane Conlon got him, and then again he was hit by Leonard Smith right at the sideline.
And Timmy Cofield did a fine job of stringing out that play, allowing Conlon to come over and fill in for the tackle. Cofield taking on the tight end and forced the play to the outside until Conlon had time to come over and put a hit on Dalton Hilliard.
So 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line of the Bills. Cornelius McGillicuddy, Connie McGillicuddy, the chief statistician here at Rich Stadium for the Bills, celebrating his 30th anniversary in that job today. What a great guy. It is 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line. And here is Fourcade, and Hilliard again, and they fumbles the ball. Let's see, do the Bills get it? I believe they have it. The Bills have recovered the fumble.
Leon Seals with the ball.
Dr. Sack coming up with the ball.
Well, another takeaway by the Buffalo defense. Odoms did it late in the third quarter, and the Bills did nothing with it. Let's see what they do with the takeaway here.
Leon Seals recovers the fumble. And it's time for the offense to get on track here. They punted 3 times in the third quarter after getting 31 yards passing and 9 rushing. And now they have a great opportunity and a great drive start at their own 44-yard line. And here's Kelly to throw into the zone coverage. He throws long down the sideline for Reed, incomplete. An excellent defensive play down there by the corner, Robert Massey. He made a nice play, and Kelly just aired that one out. 2nd and 10.
Robert Massey, one of the early picks by the Saints this year. He comes from North Carolina Central, same school as Charlie Romes, and that was great coverage there by Massey. He would not let Andre Reed get position all the way down the field, and they were way down the field about 45 yards.
He got his left hand on the ball and batted it away. He knew right where it was. It is 2nd and 10. Bills had a great chance when Odoms intercepted back in the third quarter. They didn't do anything. Here's Kelly on 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. In the pocket, a little screen pass. It's good to Thomas at the 50. Down to the 45. Down to the 40. Down to the 39. It's a first down. They caught him in the blitz there, and a little safety valve pass out to Thurman Thomas. And he ran to the 39 of New Orleans for the first down.
17-yard pass, blitzing outside linebacker. Swilling comes almost every play, and that puts a lot of pass coverage responsibility on Vaughn Johnson. He cannot stay with Thurman Thomas, and Kelly was able to pick out Thomas out of a crowd. Thomas got downfield 17 yards.
19 all the score. 12:07 to play. The clock running. The Bills in New Orleans territory. Andre Reed swings off the ball to the right. James Austin goes the other way. Watch for Thurman Thomas here. He sets up behind Kelly. No, Kelly's going to throw again. There's Reed. He's got the ball at the 35. He's at the 30. And he's still on his feet and going downfield. And is not stopped until he gets to the 26-yard line. That's a first down for the Bills.
That's a 13-yard pass reception to Andre Reed. The way Reed runs with the ball after a catch, the object is right there. Two-step drop, just put the ball in Andre Reed's hands and let him go with it. See what he can do with it. And it's a very easy pass for the Bills to complete against his own defense. That they saw right there.
He had to leap high to catch that ball, too, but he got both hands on it. It is 1st and 10 Bills at the 25-yard line of New Orleans. 19 all the score, 11:17 to play. Jim Kelly is going to run his tailback, Thomas, and Thomas will take it down to the 20-yard line. He got 5 yards on the run. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Good surge there by
Atkins came up to make
center of the offensive line with a good surge. Kent Hall and right guard Joe Devlin with a good push, and Thurman Thomas just crawled up their backs and was able to fall forward for 5 yards.
Bills are just about a half a foot away from the red zone. It is 2nd and 5 outside the 20-yard line of the New Orleans Saints. And it has been a struggle here. The Saints led 13-0 after 2 turnovers and 2 quick touchdowns in the first quarter. Bills took the lead. New Orleans came back to tie it up, and that's where we are now. Split the backs behind Kelly. Going to go to the fullback this time. Yes, he is. And straight ahead goes Kennebrew. And Kennebrew, I believe, is going to be about a yard short of a first down around the 16-yard line. It'll be a third down coming up and about a yard to go.
That's a big play here, and it calls for a certain amount of caution. You can't be careless with the ball here and try a real risky pass because you want to preserve your shot at a field goal to unknot the tie, but you would like to get that first down and continue to surge forward into the end zone. Big play call.
I'm going to play action pass here, maybe, Murph, on third down, about 2 yards to go. They're showing the fullback in behind Kelly. I think he's going to throw the ball. Third down. No, sir, he gives to Kennebrew. That's what I know, and he runs through for the first down. Inside the 15-yard line. It is first down for the Bills. Oh, nice blocking up front there. Dethers got him, but too late. And the Bills have the first down.
Just when it looked like the Buffalo offense was going to do nothing the second half, they started their own 44-yard line, and they're slicing right through the New Orleans defense on this drive.
The run has come alive here. It is a first down at the 14-yard line of New Orleans. 9 minutes, 20 seconds left in the game. 19 all the score. They have two tight ends in. They take Thurman Thomas out of the backfield and line up with Kennebrew in behind Kelly. Reed is the lone wideout to the left. And here is Kelly to play action pass. And he's going to run. Now he turns around and falls down back at the 17-yard line. Well, he had to take that loss. Nothing open for him. They had Reed covered downfield. And they had the tight end McKellar covered in the end zone. And they had the other tight end covered.
Toy Cook covering Andre Reed. It was Kelly's primary receiver looking that way first. Reed just couldn't get downfield quick enough for Jim Kelly, and the pressure was on. He made a good decision not to try to force anything and just take the loss of, about 3 yards. But that won't matter all that much.
19 all the score. Bills want to get a touchdown out of this. They don't want to have to go to the field goal here. 8:43 to play. Kelly under center. Tight end to the right. Split the back. Second down, 13. Kelly back to pass. And he throws, and it is overthrown and intercepted by New Orleans. And out of bounds at about the 16 or 17-yard lines goes Toy Cook, the interceptor. The ball was deflected, and the Bills turn it over. How do you like that?
Threw it high over the middle. A tipped pass right into the arms of Toy Cook. And a very, very costly interception that time by Jim Kelly. Pressure was on Kelly, too. He saw some pressure coming from Frank Warren, the left defensive end. That's exactly what the Bills did not want to happen there.
No, sir. That was a high throw again, and, of course, if you can't get up there to catch it, you get one hand on it, and it was just picked off. Cook said, thank you very much.
Kelly just, he was throwing off balance, too. He was kind of set up on his wrong foot, trying to dump it off quickly to Thurman Thomas, and pass was way over Thomas' head and tipped by Thomas.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line for New Orleans. And here's a tailback run to the right, and Dalton Hilliard comes upfield for 3 yards to the 18-yard line off the right side of the formation. Stopped by Radisick and others. It'll be a second down coming up at about 7 yards to go from the 18-yard line. 8:12 to play. You kind of get the feeling that, hey, the next score could win this football game. 19 all. And we're going to be under 8 minutes before we get another snap here.
Saints still playing without Kevin Haberdink on the left side of the offensive line. He has a back sprain. His return is questionable. They've got Dombrowski at left tackle and Jeff Walker playing left guard.
Here is John Fourcade on 2nd and 7 at his 18-yard line. Hilliard is his tailback. And Fourcade will throw. He has time. He lets it go. He's got a man there, Hobie Brenner, and he is knocked out of bounds for a first down at the 26-yard line. That's going to be a first down out at the 26-yard line. Leonard Smith was over there to knock him out of bounds, but they will move the chains forward and stop the clock with 7:42 left. Oh, a big interception of a pass thrown by Jim Kelly. High throw. Cook intercepted on the ball that was tipped.
Kelly not responding well to the pressure. There was pressure from Warren, but instead of dumping it over the middle where it's trouble and throwing off your back foot, if he's going to get rid of it, just throw it out of bounds, sail it out of the back of the end zone.
Ends are tight. Tice is a wing left. First and 10 at the 26. Tice goes in motion. And here's Fourcade to pass. He swings it out here incomplete. He made a bad throw on the right flat for Hobie Brenner at 6-yard line for the Saints. 7:38 left in the game. And here come the Saints to the line of scrimmage. Now they take their fullback out of the backfield and run him out to the right. It is 2nd and 10. Motion by Brett Perryman, and a run by Hilliard, and Hilliard is hit by Bruce Smith. He straightened him up as he came out to the 28-yard line, and they run him back on his feet to the 20-yard line. They'll put it at the 28. His progress was stopped there. Cofield helping out on the tackle with Radicic. Big third down play again, Murph. 3rd and 7 at the 29-yard line of the Saints.
They've done a pretty good job on third down. They've hit 7 of their 12 third down conversion attempts.
Hale is in. Mickey Sutton is in. The crowd is into it now. 3rd and 7 at the 29-yard line. You can hear this crowd. And Fourcade comes up under center. Waiting for the snap in the shotgun. 6:53 to play. And Fourcade wants a timeout. They were down to 4 seconds on the clock. Now, is that their second, Murph? I'm looking up at the board. It shows 2 up there now, down to 1. They only have 1 timeout left. It is 3rd and 7 for New Orleans at the 29-yard line of the New Orleans Saints. And the crowd making some noise here. And now
40-second timeout, number 1.
Yeah, the Bills used the timeout ban, and right at the end of the timeout, the Bills switched from their dime package to their regular personnel.
And let's see if Fourcade will roll out on this play. Fourcade goes under, or will go to the shotgun. This is where a rookie may have trouble. No, he is under center, waiting for the snap. Waiting. Now he has the ball, dropping back the throw. He lets it fly downfield, and it is caught. What a great reception at the 49-yard line by Eric Martin. And they have done it again on 3rd down. Bill is shaken up on the play.
Boy, hanging on to that ball was incredible by Eric Martin, being able to hang on to that football. A big rock delivered to him by, I believe, Mark Kelso, and Kelso is the injured player down at the midfield stripe. They pick up 26 yards on that pass play. The Saints had a lot of traffic on the left side coming off the line of scrimmage, and Mickey Sutton got his feet tangled up. Sutton wound up on the ground, and Eric Martin shook loose.
I'll tell you, John Fourcade has made some remarkable plays, Murph, for a guy who really never started in against a legitimate NFL team until today in this cold. And I mean, they are major league plays. No question about it.
That last play, though, when Sutton got tangled up with another Saints wide receiver, he just got picked off the play and wound up flat on the field, and Eric Martin was able to shake loose downfield. Kelso, the injured Bill, is back up on his feet, and he is over on the sideline now.
Drain has gone in for him. Here's Radicic running out on the field. 6:42 to play. Boy, if you thought the Bills had him buried again, another 3rd down play, jumps up and bites him. And now the Saints have it close to midfield, on their side of midfield, with a 1st and 10. And here we go. 6:42 left in the game. It's 19-all. Fourcade, a running play, and they've got McGee and Jordan as down inside the 40 to the 39. Buford Jordan, and he has a 1st down to the 39-yard line of the Bills. They have not run him today. They picked a good time to do it. Talley getting up slowly there. Conlon and Drain made the tackle. The Saints are marching after a drive start at their 15-yard line. They have used magic mirrors on those 3rd down plays. Now they have it 1st and 10 at the Bills' 39. John Fourcade under center. Backs line up in the eye. It all started on an intercepted pass. Here's a tailback run. Hilliard breaks through, and it looked for a moment like he might go for a big gain. He got down to the 33-yard line. And that's big enough. That's 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Big tackle by Leonard Smith to save the long gainer. Hilliard might have been dancing in the end zone if Smith hadn't come up and took his feet out from under him. A big hole on the right side of the offensive line, though, is they blocked out Timmy Cofield, and they took care of Art Still, and there was no one else playing defense that side of the ball.
The Saints are running the clock and running the Bills now. After that big 3rd down pass completion, it is 2nd and 5 at the Bills' 34-yard line. John Fourcade splits the backs, hands off, and here is Jordan, and he's down to the 25. He's still going down to the 21-yard line. It'll be 1st down there for New Orleans. Drain made the tackle. The Saints moving, the clock running, the game tied. And the Bills now have got to do something to turn this momentum around. Jim Kelly threw the interception after the Bills had moved down to the 14-yard line of the Saints.
Very little run support that side of the field from Tim Cofield, who remains in there at outside linebacker. He's not helping the Bills at all against the run right now.
It is 1st and 10. 4:50 left in this game. And all of a sudden, Buford Jordan has come into play here. Now motion by Dalton Hilliard, and Jordan runs up the middle, 15, down to the 13-yard line as he gets 7-8 yards on that play. And the Saints are ripping the Bills to shreds now with a running game. And Morton Anderson is pacing the sideline. And the clock runs, 4:24 to play. Getting up slowly is Darryl Talley. Jordan is shaken up on the play. Boy, has he run hard here. Buford Jordan from McNeese State. Well, it's even. 4:24 to play. We'll be back with more action on the Buffalo Bills Football Network.
The problem with 19, the Bills and the Saints with 4 minutes, 24 seconds left to play. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification.
Listen for Buffalo Sabres hockey tonight on WBEN Buffalo.
73,692 tickets sold for this game. 3,655 no-shows. 70,037 in stadium. No attendance record for the Bills this year.
John Tice, the tight end, lines up to the right. Hayward is in the game now. 2nd and 2 at the 13-yard line of the Bills. The Saints driving. Here's a pitch out, run by Dalton Hilliard. He's into the 5. He's down to the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal there. Beautiful blocking off the right side of the line. And now Shane Conlon getting up slowly. And the Saints are wearing out the Bills' defense, Murph.
They're not getting any support for the run from Tim Cofield over at that outside linebacker spot. Are still not able to generate much of a surge off the line that time. And they're running to the right and having a lot of success doing it.
Well, it is triple tight end time now for the New Orleans Saints, and probably Dalton Hilliard time. 1st and goal. They set the ball back outside the 5-yard line. And John Fourcade comes under center. 3 tight ends and Dalton Hilliard behind him. Fourcade waiting. Long count. Here's a running play. Hilliard and nothing. He got smeared right at the line of scrimmage. Lost about a half a yard. Push him back to the 6-yard line. But the clock, meanwhile, is running, and Morton Anderson is pacing. He is ready to come in here and maybe try to win it for New Orleans if they don't get the touchdown with a field goal. And the Bills have 2 timeouts left. We have 3 minutes and 13 seconds left in this game. And now they take out the 2 tight ends, and they bring in Hayward to block, and they bring in Lonzel Hill. So let's see if they may throw or whether this is just a little ruse to try to give the Bills that impression and to run the ball again with Dalton Hilliard. It is 2nd down and goal at the 6-yard line. Motion by Lonzel Hill. And here's a pitch out, a run by Hilliard to the right, and he is going to be nailed at the 5-yard line. Boy, that was a tremendous tackle by Cofield out there. Tim Cofield made the tackle at the 5. We're down to 2:35, and the clock runs down. It's 3rd and goal inside the 5. I want to thank our spotters again, Dr. Ed Kasevich, Dick Daubmeyer, Carmen the Rocket Cavorsi, our stats man, Dr. Bob Warner. We're down to 2:19, the clock running. They're going to let it run down to the 2-minute warning, Murph, and the Bills aren't going to stop it because they have left the timeout already. One that they called after a long timeout. They had to take another one. We're going to be at the 2-minute warning here momentarily. And the Saints, in a 19-19 tie, will have a 3rd and goal inside the 5 when we come back. We'll be back with more of the action after this.
What are you looking for in an affordable family car? Well, if you want a car that starts at just $8,002, an affordable car that offers you the optional V6 engine, power windows, power locks, a standard 5-speed that you can't find on Ford Escort, plus more room. And now...
2-minute warning, 19-19 Bills and the Saints. New Orleans has it on the Buffalo 4-yard line just inside the 5. 3rd and goal from there. And obviously a very big play. Bills have surrendered a lot of yardage to New Orleans on this drive that started at their own 15.
All right, here comes Fourcade under center. 3rd and goal just inside the 5. John Fourcade waits for the snap. The crowd roaring. Fourcade, here's a roll out to the right. They're after him. He throws, and it's... How is it? No, it is dropped by Hobie Brenner. He had a touchdown in his hands and dropped the ball.
It was right there. It was the fake pitch to the left. Fourcade delivered the ball right where Hobie Brenner needed it, and he dribbled it off the carpet. Incomplete pass.
So, the kicker, Morton Anderson, will try a 23-yard field goal.
That should have been a touchdown. Brenner should have definitely had a touchdown.
Yes, indeed. 23-yard field goal try by Morton Anderson. Here we go. 1:55 to play. The foot down, the kick, and it is good. And the Saints lead it 22-19. And the Bills have 2 timeouts and 1:53 on the clock to try to rescue this game. If the Bills should lose this game, Kelly would be 2-4. Kelly and the Bills would be 2-4 after his injury. And the 3 straight wins engineered by Frank Reich and the Bills.
The Saints went 81 yards in 6 minutes and 35 seconds. A long time-consuming drive that time. Look, the other scores in the league, the Molson Golden NFL scoreboard final, the Steelers over the Jets 13-0. The Vikings have defeated Atlanta 43-17. Fourth quarter scores, Seattle and Cincinnati tied at 17. The Oilers lead Tampa Bay 20-17. Eagles lead the Cowboys 20-10, and more scores coming up.
Here's the kickoff by Morton Anderson, and he drives it into the wind pretty good. Beebe is going to take it at the 9 or the 14 to the 20, 25, 30, and out to the 33 or 4-yard line. Don Beebe came up the middle and accelerated at about the 20, and now it's up to Jim Kelly and the Bills to take it downfield with 1:48 to play. The drive start comes from the 34-yard line. 1:48 left, 2 timeouts.
Rest of those scores, Lions lead the Bears 27-10. The Chiefs lead Green Bay 21-3, and the Redskins lead the Chargers 23-21.
Here is Kelly in the shotgun. The gloves are off now, and the Bills have to do it. The Saints have been using zone coverage to stop the Bills in these situations. Here's Kelly to throw on first down, and he can't find anybody. Now he throws, and it's caught up over the 40-yard line. A reception made by Beebe under tremendous pressure from Milton Mack, and the gain is out to the 41-yard line. The clock runs, 1:30 to play. They're going to set it out closer to the 40. We'll call it the 42. Here's Kelly dropping back in the pocket. Lets it go, and it's intercepted at the 45. Returned to midfield and down to the 48-yard line by Brett Maxey. Beebe made the tackle. Brett Maxey picks it off. Jim Kelly has been intercepted on the 2nd straight series. And the Saints may have just taken it away.
What a bad pass thrown by Kelly, intended for Flip Johnson on a slant pattern over the middle. Kelly had a couple of receivers open upfield a little bit. He had a crossing pattern with Reed and Beebe crossing over the middle. Didn't go that way. Went to Johnson, and Brett Maxey dropping back into coverage, stepped right in front of that pass. A very bad pass thrown by Kelly.
Well, Jim Kelly has had an horrendous second half in this game. He had a bad game in Seattle. He has had an horrendous second half here. And the Saints take over at the Buffalo 48-yard line, leading 22-19 with 1:17 to play. And they're going to run the ball, of course. Tailback, Hilliard, up the middle. And piles down to about the 46 or 7-yard line, and the Bills call a timeout to stop the clock. They have 1 left.
Kelly had those games early on when he pulled the Bills' victories out, but last few games, man, and even if you go back to the championship game at Cincinnati last year, you wonder about Jim Kelly as a quarterback when the chips are down now, because he's not been able to deliver today. In the second half in a close ball game, it's obviously not all his fault. Unable to deliver today, and coming off a very bad performance last week against Seattle. A loss today will really make the Bills up against it for the final 2 weeks.
Yes, indeed. We're talking about a man who is talking about a $3 million a year contract.
He's not exactly working himself into a favorable bargaining position these last few weeks.
I certainly would not think so. Well, we want to thank our technical staff, Joe Puma, John Carroll, and Tom Foley. Production and editing, Tom Strike, Paul Cooper, Mike Wazalowski. Our producer, John the Pearl DeMerle, and our associate producer, Randy Bushover. Our executive producer, Dave May, and, of course, Dr. Ed Gusevich and Dick Dobmeyer, and our statistician, Bob Werner. And we are ready to go here. 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line of the Bills. Saints have the ball. Bills have 1 timeout left. And Dalton Hilliard is in behind quarterback John Fourcade, who certainly was the brilliant quarterback. Here's a bootleg play, and Fourcade falls down, gets up, and then is covered at the 48-yard line. He ran a little bootleg to the right, and the Bills, or the Bills call a timeout here. They've used up their timeouts. It'll be a third down coming up by the Saints as they lose a couple of yards on that play. The New Orleans Saints. Well, the Bills got that touchdown on almost a gift at the start of the second half on the kickoff when it was mishandled by Atkins, and the Bills got a 2nd and goal down outside the 2-yard line and scored in a couple of plays. Kelly did a good job of getting the ball to Pete Metzlars, but other than that, the offense has just been out to lunch in the second half of this game, and Kelly had the Bills down to a first down at the 14-yard line. They lost 3 yards back to the 17, and then he threw an interception, and now he throws one to Maxey. And it just absolutely has been a bad game, particularly bad second half for Jim Kelly. They punted on 3 straight series and were intercepted on the other 2 in their 5 possessions in the second half. And the defense has certainly not shown either. They allowed New Orleans to come down the field after the turnovers. Here's the 3rd and 10 play. Double tight ends, a pitch out, run to the left. Hilliard at midfield, down to the 45, and he's tackled there. And nice play made by the linebacker, Darryl Talley, who has had an outstanding year. But we're down to 53 seconds now, and the Bills cannot stop the clock. They'll let the clock run down to just a few seconds left. And then we'll see what New Orleans is going to do, whether they will just elect to punt it away here. Fourcade has not left the field, so they're just going to let it run down, take a delay of game penalty 18 seconds from now. And the game clock shows 28 seconds left. The Saints 22-19, leading in this game. A terribly bitter pill for the Bills to swallow. They elected to receive with a wind in their face and the snow on the field in the first half. Kelly was intercepted by Swilling. Then Kelly fumbled. 2 touchdowns resulted early in the game for New Orleans. The Bills dug out of that pit with a little help and got ahead in the game. And now New Orleans, last time out, is taken with 13 seconds left. And they're talking, I believe, with the punt team over on the sideline there, saying, look, don't let these guys get through because they're going to come at you with 13 seconds left in this game. So the Bills, unless they come up with a miracle here, and the punter, Tommy Barnhart, coming on for, I believe, let's see, he punted once in the first half. We haven't seen this guy in the second half. This will be a second punt of the game with 14 seconds left. They put another second on the clock. And the Bills have just one man back, and that is Mickey Sutton, standing down at the 13-yard line. They have 10 men to rush the punter. Barnhart waiting, standing back at the New Orleans 40-yard line, waiting for his snap. Trying to draw the Bills offside. There's the snap from center. High snap, kicks away. Mickey Sutton. It will bounce in front of him. He takes it at the 10, up to the 15, and he is tackled. No, they're going to rule him out of bounds. Boy, that's almost a surprise at the 19-yard line, and we're down to 6 seconds, so they're going to get a play. They'll get one play, and the boos you hear are for Jim Kelly. And Jim Kelly has had an horrendous afternoon. And I would imagine he would be the first to admit it. Here come the Bills to the line of scrimmage. And New Orleans is dropping 4 men back beyond midfield. 4 players. Here's Kelly back in the pocket. He lets it go long. It's up in the air. And it is incomplete. And the game is over. And the New Orleans Saints have won. And to a chorus of boos, Jim Kelly and the Bills leave the field.